Hello, beautiful people. Hi, hi, hi. It has been a minute, but I'm here. I'm here. I hope that you all are having a wonderful day. A lot has been going on. I moved. I had an ear infection. I had two ear infections, actually. But we're here. We're here. And I'm excited to talk today about ways that I've shrunk myself um, to make other people feel big. And so I really want to talk about this from a woman's perspective. I am a woman and I have shrunk to make a lot of men feel big and a lot of women feel big. But a lot of this focus is going to be about men. This actually was inspired by 60 solo mystic traveler or Lamar. She's been doing a series on her channel about talking about misogyny and patriarchy and all the things. And so this really inspired me to journal and think about ways that I have shrunk myself for men, ways that I've shrunk myself for men. I usually don't talk about relationships or anything like that here. And I don't necessarily want this to be a relationship conversation, even though it is all about relationships. It's really centering myself. And hopefully, this is encouraging to other people listening to be able to center themselves and to stop making yourself small to make other people feel big because you're doing yourself a disservice, you're harming yourself, and it's not worth it. Long story short, it's not worth it. So, hello. Hello, everybody. Hi. Hi. Hi, Jamile. Hello. Hello. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Looking and sounding great. Okay, great. Thank you. I was hoping you all can hear me. Okay, good. Hello. How are you? I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but hi. 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 Hi, Marissa. Hello. It's good to see you. Hi, C and Stars. Hi. Hi, T. Hi, T. Hi, Miss Fadir. Hello. Hello. Feed your inner chef. Oh, I love that. Hello. Hi. Okay. So I've been journaling and I've been thinking about ways that I have shrunk myself to be more palatable to people. If you saw the image on the video, I took that picture back in like 2016 or 17, and it's like it's a manipulation of a photo. Basically, I shrunk myself to fit on a spoon because I feel like that's what I was doing. Like I was shrinking myself to be more palatable to people, like so that people could digest me. And so, yeah, so I like photography, and that was one of my favorite photos. So I wanted to share that for this thumbnail. So, yeah, so welcome everybody. Hi, I'm nervous. I haven't gone live in a long time. Since we went live last, I've moved. Like I said, I have two ear infections. I've had two ear infections. I was a part of the Job Liberation Summit. Shout out to Marissa Price and Dr. Kimani. That was dope. I was honored to be a part of it. Yeah, but let's get into it. Let's get into it. Hi, Phoebe. Hello, hello. Hi, Marilyn B. It's good to see you. Hi, Janice Tate. Hello. Hi, nine to fine. Excuse me. Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. All right. So why do I want to talk about this? Like I said, 60 solo mystic traveler, and I'm going to share her channel below. She's been talking a lot about patriarchy and misogyny and unlearning all those things and how all those things are detrimental to women and she's also been sharing her story. And I'm just taken and I'm enamored with people who have been sharing their stories uh bravely, who have been sharing their journeys. And I've wanted to talk about this for a long time, but I'm like, I don't want this to turn into you know I don't want this to turn into something else, right? And so the title of the video right now says the way I've shrunk for other people, right? But I'm going to say specifically men, but to, avoid all the trolls and stuff like that, we're just going to talk people, okay? And then later on, I'll change the title because I got to protect my peace. All right. Hello, hello, Beat and Joy. Hi, hi. Hi, Yoli Lewis. Alicia, awesome to hear you always. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. I have shrunk myself a lot for men specifically, but also other people. You know, there has been a lot of trauma that I have experienced at the hands of men. And I thought that shrinking myself would protect myself. I thought that shrinking myself would protect me from further harm. I thought it would. I'm a tall Black woman, right? So like you see me, and so being tall has allowed people to point me out and to harm me. Being kind and soft has allowed other people to point me out and harm me. And so I thought that by shrinking myself, by being palatable to people, by being uh, not too much, right, but just enough for people, would solidify my place in people's lives. Uh, I'm going to give a spoiler. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. People gonna leave either way, because at some point you get tired of shrinking. You suffocate. You feel like you're drowning. You feel like you can't be yourself, right? And so I'm going to talk about a few ways that I have shrunk in ways, thinking that it would protect me from harm from men or people or the patriarchy or whatever it is, and it didn't work. Okay, it didn't work. Okay, so number one, one of the ways that I have shrunk for men, and some of these ways are like obvious, but some of them are very subtle. So one way is slowing down and reaching a shorter distance so the man that I'm with or around don't feel outpaced or inferior. Right? I have done that. I was dating somebody, I don't know, in college, and I shared my dreams with him, and he laughed at them. Like he flat out laughed, like flat out laughed. And that hurt my feelings because I'm sensitive, right? I'm an artist. I'm sensitive about my stuff. Shout out to Erica. But like I thought, okay, well, instead of, dreaming too big, instead of doing too much so that you don't feel inferior, I'm gonna dream smaller. I'm going to reach for a goal that is closer in length so that I don't feel like I'm leaving you behind. Because a lot of the men that I dated, a lot of them felt inferior to me. And I realized that in retrospect. I didn't see it at the time, but the negging, those things, those subtle ways that people can kind of chip away at your confidence. Like they can just like say certain things, and because they know you're sensitive, they know you're going to carry that with you. And so I've had these like big dreams that I feel like that didn't feel big. They felt big as in scary, but they didn't feel impossible. But for the people that I was talking to, it felt impossible to them, right? And it kind of scared them. And I think to deal with their own fear, they shrunk down my dream or tried to shrink my dream, and it worked. It worked. I was like, okay, I don't want to be made fun of. Maybe that is silly. Maybe only special people get to do X, Y, and Z. Maybe I can't do that, right? Maybe this person is talking sense, because that's how they would present it. Oh, Alicia, you're in the clouds. You're doing too much. Let's be realistic, right? Let's be realistic. Or that's cool that you want to do that, but this is a better option for you. This is a better way for you to use your skills and your talents and for you to make money so that you don't look silly. Excuse me. So I have shrunk my own dreams. And also I have shortcutted myself or cut myself down a little bit. The words are coming. They're coming slowly but surely. But I have done less than I wanted to do. I have performed at a lower level because I didn't want people to feel small. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, so I have slowed down, and I'm reaching shorter distances so that the people that I was with, the man that I was with, did not feel outpaced or inferior, because when that happens, things get violent. I have been in an abusive relationship before, and it's not fun, obviously. But when you start to shine brighter than them, when you become like bigger in their mind than them, they can get very violent. I've been called out my name. I've been threatened. I have obviously the classic line from abusers is, well, this is why nobody loves you. I'm the only one that loves you. Nobody knows you like I do. Nobody can love you like I can. I'm the only one that gets you and supports you. These kinds of things, right? And so when someone feels inferior, sometimes they get violent with you to literally cut you down to size. You know what I'm saying? So yes, yes, yes. This part, this protecting so many fragile egos, that is it. Because the thing is, and I'm just going to speak plainly, okay? The thing is, sometimes when a man's ego is shot or hurt in his mind, right? If a man's ego is that fragile, right? They will lash out at you. They will tell you that your dreams are stupid. They will tell you that you are stupid, right? Or they'll mope around or do things that sabotage your dreams. I've had that happen to me too. Sabotaging your dreams, feeding you doubt when the person that you should be with should be lifting you up and being like, let's get it done. Let's figure it out, right? Because that's how I am in my relationships. If you tell me your dream, I want to help you to achieve that dream. And that's romantic, platonic, familiar, whatever. Like, I'm the girl. Let's get it done. It can happen. But I think it's interesting because people were attracted to me because of that. But then when they got with me, then they tried to make me small. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. People have been talking a lot about, I've been on YouTube a lot listening to people talk. They've been talking a lot about caging a person. And that's what it really feels like. It feels like you're free, you're open, they're admiring you for your beauty and your dreams and your big visions. But then when they get with you and they get too close to that, then it's like, oh, I feel inferior to you. Not that I see them as inferior, but because they see themselves as inferior, right? So yes. Hi, Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. Hello, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. Yes, being tall. Yes. Hi, Kimmy Richie. Hello, Goddess Code. Hi, everybody. Being tall. Yes. So I mentioned being tall earlier Because when you're tall, you cannot hide. When you're tall, you're also seen as masculine, right? And I've had thoughts about this, even like with the Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion beef. I literally wrote about that in my journal, about how it's a lot of misogynoir and a lot of anti-blackness and a lot of masculinization of Black women. And so just talking about that song along, oh, you got big feet. I have big feet. I wear size 10, right? I wear size 10. I'm a tall girl. I'm 5'9". You know what I'm saying? And I've always been tall. And so when you are tall, you try to shrink in other ways. Well, that's how I coped. Not everybody does this. But I felt like, oh, I can't be tall and loud. I can't be tall and outspoken. I can't be tall and X, Y, and Z. So I have to choose my small to be admired as a woman, if that makes sense. So yes, 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 yes. I'm being, yeah, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work, Phoebe. Being a tall Black woman who is sensitive is such a target. Absolutely. Absolutely. And even more so if you're a tall Black woman who is outspoken, right? And knows what she's talking about and knows who she is, right? People come at her. I mean, whatever. The Meg Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj beef, whatever. I know that goes deep. But the fact that Nicki attacked her image was intentional. The fact that she talked about how tall she was and how big she was intentional, right? That's a whole other conversation. We can get to that later. But yes, 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 yes. Hi, Janice. Janice says, I was married to a narcissistic pastor. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. For 30 years, and I will never shrink myself for another person again. I've been divorced going on 6 years next month. Congratulations to you, Janice. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. Yep, inferior, others dream deprivation syndrome. Yes, yes, yes. Because it's like, why don't we just work together? What? Like, why are we competing? That's weird. Why are we competing? Right. People thinking they know what I need more than I do is a pet peeve for real. Same. The patriarchy functions to maintain the status quo. Yep. So dreaming is regarded as childish. I love that, Marissa. Thank you so much for pointing that out. And I agree. Thank you, Janice. It makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Hi, Barbara. Have you ever had it backfire on you? I encouraged somebody so much because I felt she really needed it. Her folks were cruel to her. So her self-esteem was zero. Disassociated, became super vain. Yeah. I've definitely had it backfire on me. That's why I be shrinking, because I've had hands put on me. I've been called out my name. And you think by being silent and small, it will protect you from that harm. And I've realized it doesn't. You might be protected from harm they do to you, right? But you're not protected from the harm that you're doing to yourself. Right. And we'll get to that in a second. But yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And even like the super vain thing, I understand that some people do things as a protective measure. That could be a protective measure, right? Putting on that you're super vain, or putting your value in this thing, right? Because nobody can take this thing away from you. Because if you're dealing with somebody who doesn't have, good self-esteem about themselves, they will try to find something to feel good about themselves with, right? Like, at least this is the thing that I can have, I'm not saying that it's good, but I'm saying that I understand why it happens. It gets dangerous when a man's ego is bruised. Yep. Oh no, I almost lost my life because a man's ego being hurt. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry to hear that. And I agree. And I'm sending you so much love. I'm sending all y'all a lot of love. All of y'all. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I just love your energy and commentary. Thank you. Okay. Marissa says, absolutely. Their temper tantrums can be a life or death matter. And that's the thing. When you have a grown man in a grown man's body with grown man strength throwing a tantrum, they're not two, right? They're bigger than you. They're stronger the people that I dated were bigger than me, stronger than me. And that can result in harm, like physical harm, destruction of property. I've seen that happen, destruction of property, actual hands being put on me, being cussed out, these kinds of things. So yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Christine S. says, I was just saying that today. It's like I can easily get pushed over in a group, but I'm not a pushover. I'm just not competitive. Yes, in that way. and on chill. My ex ruined my life because of it. Narcissist. I'm really sorry, Christine. I'm really sorry. I'm sending you a lot of love. I'm sending y'all a lot of love. Yes, of course, Janet. Of course. Yay. Okay. So the next way that I have shrunk for men. When men say, okay, we're just going to go here. Okay. This is my journal. When men say, you're out of my league, red flag for me. Okay. When men tell me that I'm out their league, I try to convince them that they're amazing, right? Because to me, it's like, I'm not better than you. Like that's just not where I am, right? Like when someone says, oh, you're out of my league. a lot of that comes from like their own self-esteem issues, like, oh, you're too good for me, or I'm not good enough for you, right? And so because I care, and I care about people in general, not just romantic relationships. If you tell me, oh, you're so amazing, I'm going to reflect back to you that so are you, because you are, right? Like, we're all amazing. If you resonate with anything I'm saying, it's because we all have the same things in us. Like recognizes like, you know what I'm saying? Or like recognizes like too, right? So I would tell them, oh, well, you're amazing too, when I would list all these different things. You know what I'm saying? And um, so yeah, so so I said that they're amazing. And then I try to remind them of their greatness and amazingness. They either fight me, they either fight me or I do less so they don't feel small. So because now so again, admiring from afar, being like, you're amazing, you're you're out of my league, you're so wonderful, and all these different things. And then you get close to me, and now it feels like I'm towering over you for some reason. And so now you either fight me on it, you get nasty and mean, you throw dirt on me, or right, and in return, because I realize you're dealing with a self-esteem issue, I made myself small. And again, I'm not saying that I should have done any of this. Obviously, hindsight is 2020. I know what I was doing back then. Okay, I know what I was doing back then. So I was like, you know what? If you feel small, let me match you, so that you can feel big. Let me platform you. Let me uplift you, so that you recognize the greatness within you. But that was never my job. That was never my job, and it put me in harm's way, and it exhausted me. It exhausted me, because it's utterly exhausting when you're trying to remind somebody of their brilliance and greatness. And not only do they not believe it themselves, which I can work with. I can work with that. If you are struggling to believe this for yourself, that's fine, right? But don't fight me. Don't treat me awful because you feel bad about yourself. Like, when people say stuff like hurt people, I understand what we're saying, because usually, yes, there is a wound that is making somebody hurt somebody, but that's not true. I've been hurt and I don't hurt people intentionally. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's a choice that people make. A choice that people make. So yeah, so I've made myself small so they don't feel small in that way. Oh, yay, Mara. Hello, hello. Hey, hey, hey. Happy to see you live and on my birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mara. Happy birthday to you. I hope your day is amazing. I hope your week is going amazing. Shout out to you. Sending you all the love and all the celebrations. If I had my bubbles out, I would blow you some bubbles. But happy birthday, Mara. That's exciting. That's exciting. Okay. Another way that I've shrunk my dreams and aspirations because men have said my dreams are unrealistic. Like I said, they'd make a face that read as skepticism, right? Or criticism. But my dreams needed a safe place to land. And a lot of the men that I was with stomped all over them, stomped all over my dreams. Mm. And I've given up dreams for myself for the dreams of us, of us. Okay. So there have been a lot of things that I've wanted to do. Um, there have been a lot of things that I've wanted to do that I have not done, because I was like, oh, well, if we're together, then okay, I'll put that down. Let's dream up another dream for all of us. Let's dream up another dream for both of us. Or like in a friends group. Let's dream up another dream where all of us can thrive, right? And then you realize some people not serious, or like they offer, a lot of the people that I dated offered me a different option, and we opted for that option, and it ended up falling flat on their face, or ended up falling flat on our faces. I don't know how to explain that, but it didn't work out. And so I get so frustrated because I'm like, I could have just done what I wanted to do. I could have just done what I wanted to do. But I put that to the side because I'm like, okay, I'll put down my dreams for us. This is a cautionary tale, okay? Do not do this. If you listen, do not do this. Or if you have done this, there's grace, right? Obviously, have grace with yourself. Be kind to yourself. We don't know what we don't know. My goal in sharing this is hopefully you'll hear my story and you won't do the same thing, or you'll think of me if it comes up. Do not delay your own dreams for the dreams of other people. Period. Do not delay your dreams for the dreams of we, because you were a whole person before you met that person. You had a whole life before you met that person. You had you had dreams before you met them, and your dreams deserve to see the light of day. They do. Okay. So yes. So because I thought I was compromising, right? But they left. right? Either they left, they broke up with me, they didn't follow through on their own dreams, or if we were dreaming together, they didn't show up for their part. And so now I'm pulling all the weight, I'm doing all the things, all the labor, when all that energy and labor could have been given to myself, to my own dreams. All that attention could have been given to myself, focused on myself. Um, or they cheated, or they never followed through. And so at the end of the day, I'm sitting with myself brokenhearted. Time has passed, which is like, time passes. It is what it is. It's a thing. We're still alive, so we can still do the things. It's not all lost. But I would sit there angry with myself. I should have never done this. I should have never put it down. So now I have to heal. Now I have to heal and mourn and go through that grieving process, get myself back together, because when people leave me, they don't just leave. They have to make a mess before they leave. So now my life is in shambles. I'm trying to put it all together again. And then I have to rededicate myself to my dream and to myself. And to myself. And I don't think there's anything wrong, even if you want to be partnered. Not saying you have to be partnered, but even if you want to be partnered, I think it's valid to be like, you know what, I had dreams before I met you, and I'm still going to do these things. Because like, why would they get with you if they didn't support that dream? Does that make sense? Like, why would I date if somebody is trying to be, I don't know, a singer or a dancer, and this is something that I like about them, why would I then get with them and tell them not to sing and dance? That lights them up, that makes them happy. That's something they wanted to do, and that's something that I admired about them. Right? Uh-oh. Says connection's unstable, but I'm gonna keep talking. And if you can't hear me, let me know. All right. Yes. Okay. So yes. Yes, okay. Another way that I have shrunk myself is not stick with my true thoughts, because I didn't want to be labeled as difficult. I didn't want to be labeled as difficult or the B word. Right? Y'all know what the B word is. Difficult for Black women, right, is like a thing. It's like we try really hard to avoid being difficult or rocking the boat, because we're already seen as aggressive. We're already seen as too much and not enough at the same time. We're already seen as like these monolithic characters, right? And so when you get with other people, or when you're in a friend group, you don't want to be the difficult one, because you're already seen as the difficult one because you exist in a Black woman's body, right? So there have been times where I didn't stick to my own thoughts because I didn't want to rock the boat too much. Like, there have been times that I have disregarded my own irritations, my own intuition. There have been things I'm like, oh, that's a red flag, but I've ignored it because I didn't want to do too much. I didn't want to do too much. So I was quiet. So I kept quiet. I swallowed my pain. I swallowed my thoughts. And like Audre Lorde says, your silence does not save you. Your silence does not save you. Your silence does not save you. Hi. Yay. Hi, everybody. Hi, Eden Adele. Hello. Oh, hi, big up yourself. Hello. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Hi, Maya. Hello. Hi, Invincible Summer. It's good to see you. Good to see you. So yeah, shrinking myself, being quiet, swallowing my words and frustrations, trying to take things on the chin and not be a nag, which is also misogynistic, right? Not be a nag, not bother, even though I'm bothered. But I'm trying so hard to make other people feel comfortable that now I'm so uncomfortable. I'm so uncomfortable. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this, but I also don't want to be seen as difficult. Because really, it's really like the fear of, it's a fear of being difficult. But more than that, I think it's the fear of being left. It's the fear of being abandoned. If I could just be candid, like my father is not in my life consistently now. He shows up every few months with a happy birthday, Merry Christmas, Happy Easter. And then he makes these attempts. So he says, he makes these attempts to be a good father and to show up and to be consistent. And I realized that for myself, I have a lot of work to do with that, because that dad wound is deep and it's real. And it really rears its head in relationships, but not just romantic relationships. It's not just romantic relationships. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. The connection keeps going in and out. Okay. But yes, anxious attachment. Thank you. Thank you, Marissa. Anxious attachment wounds. Okay. Me. I am anxiously attached, and I'm learning how to heal that in real time. And so my fear with being too much is that I don't want you to leave me. Please don't leave me. Please don't leave me for being difficult. Please don't leave me for speaking my mind, because somehow that reflects back to me that I inherently are not worthy enough to stay around for. I inherently am difficult. I'm annoying. There's something about me that's not enough. And so I'm always trying to outrun people leaving. And what I would say to myself back then, let them leave. Let them leave, because low key, you don't even want them anyway. Because why would you want to stay in a relationship where you have to work so hard to get someone to stay, where you got to tap dance, where people are unsure of you? Why would you want that? Wouldn't you want to be, if you want to be partnered, wouldn't you want to be with someone who actually gives a crap about you, where you don't have to be on your toes all the time or on the edge of your seat? Wouldn't you want a love that is healing and calming and safe, right? Where you can stretch and be your full expanded version of yourself, not this version that's like, please, 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 please don't leave, please don't leave. Like, that's exhausting. And if I can go back in time, I would tell myself, girl, it's not even worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the trouble. Oh, okay. You can hear me. Okay, good. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here as well, Shanice. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Let's see. Oh, yes. Oh, and hi, Southern Belle Tia D. Hello, hello. Hi, Miss Fadir. Thank you. Thank you so much. An attachment core wound is so damaging. Yes, yes. Still learning with them. Same, same. Because it hurts. I cannot. I wish I could be the people. Not really, but I wish I could be the people sometimes when my heart is broken because somebody has left. I wish I could be those people who are just like, I don't care, moving on. I'm not that person. I am not that person. If I am in a relationship with you, I care about you. If I'm in a relationship with you, like, I care deeply about you. Again, not just romantic. I'm talking just friends too, right? Like, I'm committed, like I'm here. And for a lot of people, it's easier for them to just be like, oh, whatever, brush it off, move on. For me, it's a deep, deep, deep wound. That thing feels like ripping something out of my chest. Like, it hurts. And I'm sure on some level it is because of the abandonment issues that I have. But also it's like, but I care about you. Like, I've had people who didn't just leave, they left and caused a mess. They left and broke everything on their way out, right? And I'm just like, you feel bamboozled because I'm just like, oh, I thought you loved me. I thought we loved each other. This is not what people who love each other do. Even if we choose to part ways, we don't have to be unloving to each other. Right? so so yeah, like, so I be brokenhearted. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta take time. I have to cry. I gotta journal. I gotta talk it out with my friends. I gotta sing. I gotta go to the park. I gotta run. I gotta do something to get the energy moving and process that energy out of me. Excuse me. But yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Havana. Hello. Hello. Hi, hi, hi. Thank you for being here. Hey, beautiful. Oh, thank you. Hey, beautiful people, please show your support by hitting the like button if you're enjoying the stream. Yes, please. I really appreciate that. If you do, if you like it, please like. Thank you. Thank you. It's been a while since I've been on one of your lives. Yes, yes, it's been a while since I've been live. So it's not just you. I haven't been live. We've been moving. I got sick. I've been preparing for presentations and things like that. Just getting my life together. And I'm also preparing to go on sabbatical. We'll talk more about that later. But yes, thank you for being here. Thank you. Big up yourself. Oh, yes. Says it's supposed to hurt when people you care about leave. Yes, you're human. Exactly. And I think that's the thing for me. Like, why wouldn't it break my heart if me and my friend break up? Why wouldn't it break my heart if me and somebody that I was in love with break up, right? Like, that is normal. But I think that we're so programmed, or not programmed, we're incentivized to lie about our feelings. We're incentivized to be like, I don't care about nothing about them. I like whatever, that ain't no sweat off my back. Like, and if you show any emotion, you're seen as weak, right? And I will admit, I am weak. I'm human. Thank you for that. You're human. I'm weak. I got feelings. I have big feelings, you know? So thank you so much for that. Thank you. Hi. Toyosi Amoke. Please correct me if I'm mispronouncing that. Please correct me. All of this is so real. Had the same issues with my attachment wound. So hard to catch myself in the moment. Yeah, same. 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 Yay. Hi, Truth Reigns. Hello. Good to see you as well. Good to see you as well. A guy used to tell me pinch and inch, like I was fat and I was skinny. He couldn't find anything negative to say. Those guys that put you down to build themselves up, weird. Yes, don't accept it. Agreed. Agreed. Like, people who feel small need other people to feel smaller than them to feel big. Shout out to Toni Morrison, right? Like, if you have to get down on your knees, if somebody has to get down on their knees for you to feel big, you're not big. You're not big, right? So people who do that are deeply insecure. People, like, I see it very blatantly. Like, you hear it when people talk about it online, I got this many followers and I'm da 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 da. Like somehow that makes you better than somebody else. It doesn't. We're all just regular people online talking. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I have this money. I have these like I'm happy for you, but I'm also not competing with you. And I'm gonna do is like, yay, you, right? I'm not gonna be like, it means nothing to me. It means nothing to me. But yes. Thank you so much for sharing that as well. I hope you feel better now. I do feel better. I'm still processing my ears. That's why I'm wearing like headphones like this. Let me say something, y'all. If y'all wear in-ear headphones, be careful, because I think that's what led to my ear infection, because it doesn't allow your ears to breathe. So now I'm trying to wear the headphones over the ears now. So to be healthy for my ears. Thank you, ears. I love you. Okay, yes. Yes, I have. Yes, same. Invincible Summer says, same. I have big feelings. Same. And you know what's interesting? I think that some people that I was in a relationship with, they enjoyed seeing me suffer when they left. They wanted me to cry, and I'm gonna cry. They wanted me to cry. They wanted me to weep. That gave them a sense of power. That gave them a sense of like a hit. Like it was stroke to their ego. Oh, look, she's crying over me. And then they would leave and then come back and then leave again, right? Like, anyway, but yes, I have big feelings as well. Big feelings. Hi, Love JJ 1814. Hello, first live. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. We're happy to have you here. Welcome. Okay. Another way that I have shrunk for men. Even the way I communicate has to be padded with so much when, okay, excuse me. Even the way I communicate has to be padded with so much when offering criticism. I may speak softer, lower my voice, because men have been really violent and violating. Like, so I'll be fearful. That's what I wrote down. I'd be fearful. So like, okay, so my voice has a lot of bottom. First of all, I'm an alto. Shout out to the altos out there. My voice has bottom, right? When talking to some men who have issues with ego and pride and arrogance, quite honestly, I would find myself talking like this and trying to appeal to some sort of like something in them where at least she's talking to me nicely. At least she's talking quietly, or like even skirting around the issue. Like, for example, if I'm irritated with, let me just pick something random. Say someone's chewing with their mouth open, right? That's a pet peeve for me. It is. I can't, right? So chewing with your mouth open, I don't know. It's not really a pet peeve. That's kind of strong, but whatever. Let's just use this as an example. Instead of saying, hey, do you mind closing your mouth while you're chewing? Right? Because that sounds mean. It sounds mean. It sounds harsh, and it sounds rude, even though that it's not. I know y'all are probably like, girl's not that deep. Just ask him to close his mouth. Right? For me, that's hard. And so I will say something kind of, or like say it in a softer way. I might bring it up in conversation later. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm trying to avoid harm. I'm trying to avoid a blow up, because I've had men explode on me for less. Okay. I've had men explode on me for less. And so if I'm dealing with someone who is volatile, if I'm dealing with someone who doesn't have a handle on their emotions, right? I'm going to try to soften my approach so that I don't feel so aggressive. That's the word that I can think of. It's not really aggression though. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't hurt their ego. So yes, another way that I've shrunk myself for men, doubting my intuition. My intuition do not lie. My intuition does not lie. Okay. There are some things that I'm working through, like again, with the anxious attachment issues that I have, but like I be knowing stuff. Okay. And so I've been raised to distrust my knowing. I've been raised to and groomed to distrust my knowing and to trust in man instead, as in like men, trust in men instead. This is seen in churches. This is seen in the house, like when my dad used to live with us, right? Like you default to the man in the situation. And that's kind of what religion does. Like, you have to default to the men because they're the leaders and they know what's best, right? And so you are constantly gaslit into believing that something is not true just because you don't have evidence of it. That's another thing. A lot of men love evidence, right? And it's like, but I know, and this is the evidence. But then they'll talk about, oh, these are just feelings for you. It's not real. No, I know what I'm talking about. And then what happens? What I think and what I know comes to pass. It happens. Um, Simple things. I think we should turn this way. Like really this simple. I think we should turn this way. I think it's down this way. No, no, no. I think it's this way. Okay. Sit back. Okay. You're right. It probably is that way because I'm probably wrong. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know the names of the streets. I'm a when it comes to directions, I am not a street name girl. Okay. I am a what is it called? Not monument. What is the word? I know what things look like. Like I can recognize where I am based on where what looks familiar. And so I'll say, "Hey, we'll go this way." And then it's like, "No, let's go this way." Okay, I'll sit back because I don't have proof. And then I'm right. And then I have to sit there cuz now I'm irritated because now I feel offended because why wasn't I believed in the first place? Why was my thought questioned and not theirs? Because it's never their thought question, it's always mine. It's always mine, right? Landmarks, thank y'all. Visual markers, thank y'all so much. Landmarks, yes, yes, yes. Thank y'all, thank y'all. But that's the kind of girl I am. And also, like I go with vibes. Sometimes it just feels right, and I cannot truly explain to you why. I just know that it is. You know what I'm saying, Marissa? This talk about it. The downplaying of feelings over logic. That part. I'm so sick and tired of hearing people talk about emotions versus logic. I'm sick of it. Okay, they work together. They are friends. They're not enemies. They're not opposites. They're not opposites. So anyway, so yes, there is an over like there's this need for a lot of men that I've dated and a lot of people that I've been in relationship with to have like physical evidence before it's believed. And for me, I'm like, the physical evidence is my body because I feel it. Does that make sense? Like I feel it in my body. That is the physical evidence. And to say that my body is not an instrument, is not a valid instrument because you deem it not so, is disrespectful to me. It's disrespectful to me. There have been times when even past lovers wanted, like, okay, I've said that person's gonna break up with me. And so I check in because I'd be anxious. I check in and I'd be like, hey, is everything okay? Are we good? Is everything all right? Yeah, yeah, no, we're fine. Why are you stressed out? Why are you worried about that? We're fine. Da da da. Next week, oh, somebody cheated on me. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like being so fresh and in those moments, I'm so frustrated with myself because I'm like, Alicia, I wish I believed you. I wish I wasn't trained to not believe myself when I know what I'm talking about. Or just things that I know for a fact. There'll be information that I've read about that I know from like fifth grade or something. And we'll be in conversation and I'll say it and somebody will correct me and they'll be wrong. And I just sit there because I'd rather be safe than right. Because also it's not really important for me to be right because the goal is it's not a competition. The goal is not to be right. We're trying to get to our destination. We're working together here. Okay, we're not competing. We're in the same car, going the same place. Why are we fighting? Just like, okay. So anyway. So yes. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I've been drinking Olipop, the soda from Target, and it's supposed to have less sugar in it, but it makes me burp a lot. So excuse me. But yes, it's good. It's good though. Okay. Um, yes. Okay. So what I thought I predicted happens and comes true, then they pridefully admit that they're wrong, or they don't mention it at all. They don't come back and be like, "Oh, you know what? You were right about that. My bad," or nothing. It's just like silence, or they get frustrated with themselves or annoyed with themselves that they were wrong. That's weird. That's weird because even if I was wrong, right? All we gotta do is a U-turn. It's not that deep. It's not that serious. Okay. Another way that I have shrunk myself is convincing myself to date them, even if they weren't even on my radar. Okay, y'all gonna have to work with me, okay? Because this is low key, like, girl, it makes me. I I don't know that I am a very. I romanticize my life and I romanticize my friendships and I romanticize everything. I romanticize music and nature and all these other things. I don't know that I am necessarily romantically oh my gosh, romantically inspired. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but I'm not a big like romance person. I love love. I love seeing people in love. I love being in love, but I'm not like, oh, I need to be like in love, right? And so there have been relationships that I've gotten in because a man expressed that he liked me. And usually that man would start by being my friend. Would start by being my friend. And so I'm thinking we're just like, we're cool, we're vibing, we're kicking it, we're having fun. I treat them like I treat my girlfriends. It's the same. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, I like you and I think that we should be together, right? And because I didn't know how to, I wasn't taught how to, how to engage in those interactions, and they're always awkward. I dated these people that I wasn't even thinking of dating because I didn't want to feel bad. I didn't want them to feel bad. And I didn't like rejecting people. I don't like rejecting people. It makes me sad. Right. And so when this would happen, these men, if I did reject or say no thank you, they would get violent with me. I literally had a man who I thought was my friend. I had just broken up with somebody. I thought he was my friend. He wanted to be my friend, I thought. And then he asked me to date him. And I told him I'm not in a place to date because I literally just got broken up with. Okay. I'm brokenhearted. I'm not thinking about romance. I don't want it. Okay. And then he comes to my door with sunflowers, which are some of my favorite flowers. He comes to my door with sunflowers and is like professing his love for me. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Like I didn't even know. And then when I said to him, oh, actually, like I do, like, you're my friend, but like, I'm really not even, it's not even that I'm rejecting you, just romance altogether. I'm just like, I'm tired. Right. And I was met with violence. You're a raggedy bee. Don't nobody want you. Like the classic incel response. Right. And that's not nice, but the classic response from those men, like, oh, how dare you reject me? Nobody wants you. Hey, Prince Petty. Hey, Prince Petty. But yes, like the classic response, like almost like when you get catcalled on the street. I'm sure a lot of women understand this. Getting catcalled on the street. Oh, hey, miss. Hey, beautiful. Da, 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 like trying to butter you up. And then when you say, oh, thank you so much, but no, thank you. Right. I'm not interested. I also don't have to give you a response. Right. I'm minding my business. Now I'm a bee. Now I'm a hoe, right? Like now you ugly anyway. Now I'm ugly. So why would you approach me in the first place if I'm ugly, right? Like just mean. And because of those situations, I have gone into romantic relationships with people because I didn't want to experience that again. It hurt too bad because you kind of feel it's almost like that friend zone thing. I have thoughts about the friend zone. Let's talk about it. I have thoughts about the friend zone. The friend zone doesn't exist. Either you're a friend or you're not. That's where I stand. Okay. If you are friends with somebody trying to get something out of them, that is manipulation. That is lying, right? That is emotional manipulation. And so for me, I understand if like you need time, like to process your feelings. You know what I'm saying? But like, yes, Invincible Summer. Yes. The friend zone is entitlement. Excuse me, real quick, y'all. Sorry. Sorry, I'm sweating a little bit. But yes, like the friend zone is entitlement. It's like, exactly, you feel entitled to me in that way. And if you cannot have me in the way that you want me, you no longer want to be in a relationship with me. That makes me feel a way. Like it feels, it's so painful because again, friends to me, so romance aside, friendship to me is more important than romance. It has always been that way. And so if I call you a friend, right, that means something to me. And you have violated my trust. You have violated my trust because you have put on that you want to be my friend. And now when I guess get rejected, which I understand rejection sucks. I'm not saying, oh, you should be happy. You should be happy. Right. Like, but I'm saying rejection sucks. But it's like now you want to respond to me with violence. Did you ever really care about me? Did you ever really see me as something other than something to be conquered? Something to be owned? That if you can't have me, like have me as in like grasping me, like this is what it feels like. If you can't have me, then to hell with me. Right? Like, anyway, so I have gone in relationships with people trying to avoid that harm. Long story short, doesn't work out. You end up getting harmed anyway because an abusive person will be abusive, period. An abusive person will be abusive, period. You know? Eden says it's a very common indoctrination for girls and women. Yes, yes. Like you're here to be chosen. You should be flattered and honored to be chosen, to be picked, to be, to be the one for somebody, the one that somebody has their eye on. But it's like it's really just possession. It's not really love. It's not really care. It's like I want to own you, and if I can't own you, nobody else can have you. But yes, yes. Ah. What about Family Zone? I never heard of that. LOL, I've been that before. I've never heard of that. I don't know. Is that like similar to the friend zone? I'm guessing like, oh, hey sis, hey bro, is it like that? I'm not sure. But yes. Yes, that is a sympathy relationship. It is. It is. It's wrong. It is. It is. That was literally the only criteria I had as a young woman. Does he like me? Yes. Listen, I'm 34 years old and I'm now just realizing, and I know that sounds wild, but it's true. I'm realizing actually I get to have a say in who I date. Bizarre, right? Like that sounds crazy, but like I have a say in who I want to date. I get to have standards. I get to say no, thank you. Just off rip, no, thank you, because I'm not interested. I never knew that I could do that. I thought I don't know. I don't. It never was outrightly said to me, but I guess with like messaging and stuff, and just like movies and like it's your pleasure to be picked by a man, and it's like actually no, it's not. Hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. But yes, yes. Yeah, men love to try to guilt women into relationships. Yep. It happened to me several times. Oh no, I end the friendship unless they're willing to accept reality. Yes, this is what I needed. Okay? That's what I needed. I needed you. Like, no, because we would go along as friends and then it would keep coming up or they would keep getting violent or mean. Like that same person came back to me later on and started a cycle of abuse. But that person came back and apologized and was like, I was wrong. Da, da, da. I can be your friend. Okay, cool. We're going to be friends. A month later, the same thing. Just crossing boundaries, disrespecting me, calling me out my name again, all these different things. So yes. And I think at the time I was isolated. So it was perfect, right? It was a perfect opportunity for him to come in and try to like save the day or snag me. I also realized like I don't actually need to be saved. I used to want to be saved. I used to want to be saved. I actually don't need saving. Cuz like I can save myself and I'm a better, I don't know how to explain it, but like I'm my best ally, I'm my best friend. Me, my intuition, like I be knowing. It's when I make room for other people that it starts getting tricky and rocky. You know what I mean? So yes, yes. Yes, petty. Sour grapes. Yep, yep, yep. I'm sorry that happened to you, Alicia. Some guys, people can't handle rejection. Yeah. And that's the thing, like I empathize, right? Because rejection sucks. It hurts. And it's a brave ask. It's a brave thing to do to say, hey, I feel this way about you. What do you think? And to hear someone reflect back to you, oh, I appreciate that, but that's not where I am right now. It hurts, right? But your response to that tells me everything I need to know about you. Everything I need to know about you at this point in my life. Yes, that language comes off abusive. Yep. Once so wrong with no wanting to talk. It's like Black women aren't allowed to be shy or just content with singleness. Yes, exactly. 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 Yeah, but you wanted me 2 seconds ago. Man, stop. Exactly. They be lying. It's their ego. You know I'm fine. I'm just no, I'm serious. You know I'm beautiful, okay? That's why you asked me in the first place. But you feel bad because I said no. Just say that. Just say that. I was lovely lady 2 seconds ago, and now I'm a bee. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. Mm-hmm. In the immortal words of Lord Brian, dumb effery. Fair. It is dumb. Yes, they show their true colors. Yep. Exactly. And I'm grateful. Even though it sucked, thank you for this, Angel Goddess. Thank you for sharing that. Even though it sucked, I'm grateful that they finally showed their true colors because I thought we were just friends. I thought we were like honestly friends. And now I'm a bee and now I'm all these awful things. And that person also like even later on when I started dating other people, this person would stalk me, harass me, cuss me out. Like it was scary. It was scary. It was scary. Okay. The next way that I shrunk myself. Yes. Many men cannot separate affection and tenderness from romance. Sometimes I'm not the fullest loving version of myself because they're so sexual and mean. A lot of men are mean. And I say that confidently. A lot of men are mean. They're mean to each other. They're mean to themselves. And they haven't grown out of that, like, what is that? Oh, he only hits you because he likes you. That kind of, I don't like that. Be nice to me. If you like me, tell me you like me. If you love me, be expressive. I don't like men that play it cool. I don't like people that play it cool. I'm not a cool person. So this is why I don't like it. I'm not a cool person. I wear my heart on my sleeve. And I feel like on some level, they got enjoyment and pleasure from me being expressive with my love, right? But they would withhold theirs as a power thing. You know what I'm saying? Because why am I in relationship with you, romantic, platonic, otherwise, if I'm not like in love with you? Does that make sense? Like, why am I in relationship with you if I'm holding back? And I'm not saying that you should be open with everybody because everybody is not safe. But if we are romantically involved or if we are friends, right, I'm hoping that you're not playing this power game with me. And so a lot of men that I dated were tender with me when they wanted sex, but not tender in other ways, right? Like to get what they want. And that also is manipulation. You withhold from me, but then give me when you want something. Transactional. Transactional. And so I don't like people being mean. Don't be mean to me, right? Like again, because I'm very expressive with my love. Like even in general, people that I just meet, right? I'm smiling at them like, "Hey, how you doing? Like it's good to see you." I'm all in. And if you're not all in, then you're dangerous. You're a liability to me. And I know that about myself because like I said, I have big feelings. I have big feelings. Yes. A lot of men have no emotional maturity. Yes. And are a lot of men are validated by other men by how mean, hard, and cruel they can be to each other and other people. Like they see that as power. A lot of men want power. They don't want love. Shout out to Bell Hooks, right? A lot of men want power. They don't want love. Or they want love, but they don't know how to go about being loving. They see that as weakness. They see that as beneath them, which is why they take advantage. It's why they take advantage. Ooh. Hi, St. Cloverton James Jones. It's always good to see you. Someone made the analogy that they use kindness as coupons. Wow. That's rough. but that is, I resonate with that. I held the door, so I deserve a kiss. I smiled, so I deserve to sleep with you. Yep, robotic and creepy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because a lot of men, if they're not getting something from you, they're not nice to you. A lot of men don't see women as people. Let's start there. We already know this. A lot of men don't see women as people. And so they know they're putting in their little quarters to ride the ride. Whatever the ride is. I'm not just talking about sex. I'm talking about like in general, like to benefit from you, right? And so they know the things to do to be loving, but they don't want to do that consistently. Like I really respect men who are consistent with women across the board. They're not married to them. They're not related to them in any way. Like I respect it. Like if you can be consistent with women as people, as people, not because you want something from them or you see them as less than you, because that's another thing. Oh, you all are so sensitive and so fragile. Okay. All right. But you're the one that's afraid to be loving. I'm sensitive and fragile, and I own that. You feel me? You're sensitive and fragile, but you're afraid of that. You see that as less than you. You see that as weakness. I don't. I see my love as strength. I see my vulnerability as strength. I used to think that I was weak. I know that I'm powerful now. I'm powerful now, and I want you to see that you're powerful, but I'm not going to drag you across the finish line. I'm not going to do it no more. Hi, Shellwell. I'm happy to be an empath now. Same, same, same. Hi, LJ. Then they ask to be your friends in hopes you'll, oh gosh. Then waiting in the wings, okay? Then they'll ask to be your friend in hopes you'll break up with your partner. Why would you want someone that dumps someone so easily? That part too. Didn't even think about that. You're right. That part. I feel like if someone put you in the friend zone, you should cut off communication and move on. Don't stay stuck on being friend zone. Just move on. True. But again, I think that's the thing. Maybe it's just me, right? I don't get in relationship with people to date them. I get in relationships with people to be their friend. And if something comes up from that, wonderful. If not, great, But I think that there are some people who pretend, and this is what I'm talking about, right? You set the boundaries as you need to. If you need time, do that. Take your time, right? But don't come in and lie to me and tell me that you want to be my friend and you're getting all the friend benefits and like, I'm expressing myself to you and low key, you're just getting intel about how to use that information to try to persuade me to date you. That feels insidious to me, right? So what you're saying, yes. But those people that I'm talking about, these are people who pretended to be my friend, who lied to me just to get what they wanted from me. And when they couldn't get it from me, then they called me names and abused me, But yes. Man, being from the Caribbean, so much of this interesting, but man, I would not be okay with that. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Like that cursing over rejection is so abusive. It is. Like what's so wrong with not wanting to talk? It's like Black women can't, you already said this, but yes, absolutely. I don't want to talk to you. I don't know you, right? You're a stranger on the street. My mom taught me, don't talk to no strangers. You're a stranger. I have no reason to believe that you're not going to do me no harm. And if men, this is also another thing. I know that there's a lot of like debates about, it's not really even debates. It's not even a gender war. I wish we would stop calling it like it's women defending themselves and standing up for themselves, right? And men don't like that. what really frustrates me, dang, I lost my thought. Hold on. Okay. Where'd it go? What really frustrates me, I think, is like, oh, hold on one second, y'all. Okay. Black women can't be shy without people. It'll come back. We'll come back. We'll circle back. We'll circle back. Oh, don't talk to strangers. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Don't talk to strangers. This is the thing, right? If I was a man, I would be cognizant of the fact that women don't trust men, that men have not shown that they are trustworthy, right? This is the whole debate about the good guy, bad guy thing, whatever. If I am a good person, a good man, I would understand that girl probably don't want to talk to me. That girl probably sees me as a man and doesn't feel safe around me because other men are making it bad, because other men are awful, right? And so for you to not even consider that is a problem for me. Is a problem for me. I wear my headphones. I'm looking straight ahead. I'm not making eyes. I'm not looking like I'm inviting you for conversation. And if I don't want to talk to you, you should be, maybe, you know what? Maybe I look scary running after her down the street. Maybe I look scary yelling at her from across the street. Hello? Like, what is happening? But anyway, but yes, yes. I deserve kindness and connection that is warm, soft, and melty in the middle. I love that. And yes, same. Literally, like one of my things that I've written down is like, I deserve a love that is soft. I deserve a love that is kind. I deserve a love that I don't have to be traumatized first to experience. Because I feel like that's the price that a lot of Black women have to pay. Is trauma to be loved. No, you don't have to do that. And you do deserve that. You do deserve kindness. And I'm not talking about romance, right? I'm talking love in general. You deserve kindness and connection that is warm, soft, and melty in the middle, period. Period. Some people see rejection as God's protection. Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, let's see. Okay. Another way that I've shrunk. Men have harmed me, and so I freeze. Their violence. I have stayed in violent situations. I've also physically shrunk, right? So men putting their hands on me, men being violent with their words and like very expressive, breaking things. I freeze. I freeze. My father was abusive. And so when things like that happen, immediately, like I can feel my body freezing or fawning. That is how I survived. Freezing or fawning, playing to trying to placate the person that's trying to harm me instead of but again, it's not like I did something wrong. I'm trying to survive, right? But even in those situations, because of that violence, I shrink. I say less. I do less. I try not to rock the boat because I'm trying to survive. I'm trying to get out with my life. You know? Another way is that I have felt disempowered by men, like a joke to them. So I felt small. Some men like to disempower women. That makes them feel big. And so you learn to shrink yourself. If you want to be in their presence, you learn that you have to shrink yourself to be in their presence. You can't be too big. You can't be sure of yourself. You can't say, I know this for a fact, period. You have to always have like a comma. It has to be soft. It has to be like a soft ending or an ellipses. There have been, I wrote this down later, but adding things to my words like, you know what I mean? Or what do you think about that? Or maybe, I don't know. I say that I don't know. And I know full well what I'm talking about. I do that all the time. And, I'm working through it in real time. I catch myself and I try to, okay, we're not doing that no more. You know what you're talking about, but I'll soften it because I don't want to seem so sure, because a lot of men don't like sure people. I don't know what that is. Like they have to be the sure. They have to be the authority, but yes, yes. There, I just did it. You heard me. I just did it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And I know what I'm talking about. And on some level, sometimes I do that. Let me be clear. Sometimes I do that to make sure that I'm making sense, because right now I feel like my words are jumbled and I'm probably just being hypercritical of myself, right? But on the other hand, sometimes I do say, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to seem so sure of myself, because women who are sure of themselves get called B words. Women who are sure of themselves get called difficult or haughty or arrogant or whatever word. Women who are sure of themselves are told to be humble, to humble themselves. Thank you, Leslie. I appreciate that. Darling, that sounds like a them issue. It's not you problem. Thank you for that. And it is. It was a them issue. But at the time, I'm like, oh, it must be me. I must be being difficult. It's me. It's me. Let's see what y'all saying. And those guys, new neighbors, I'm just speaking, saying hello. I'm a senior. Yeah, not trying to date you. What happened to a neighborly hello? Okay. Hello, how are you doing? Keep it moving, right? Yes, absolutely. Oh, thank you, Jamal. Hey, beautiful people, please show your support by hitting the like button if you're enjoying the stream. Yes, please. If you like it, please like it. I appreciate that. Stranger danger. Yes. Yes. Yeah, objectification. Absolutely. Absolutely. As someone that doesn't conform to the societal standard of beauty, I'm well aware of how mean men can be when they're not attracted to you. Yes, absolutely. And that's the problem for me. That's a moral issue for me. If you are only nice to people who look nice to you, that you deem as beautiful, and we'll talk about beauty later, but like that's a problem. You're not a good person. You're not a good person. And I say that yeah, with a period. If you are only treating people well because of what they can benefit you, or because of how they look or appear or show up, or how they make you feel big, you're not a good person. You're not a good person. Truth, all of this. People start glitching when you tell them you're completely happy being alone. Yeah. No, you not. How you? No, you not. Yes. Yes, I am. I actually have a great time by myself. I be cracking myself up. I be eating what I want to eat, going where I want to go, doing what I want to do, right? And I also don't have to be weighed down with the labor of maintaining somebody else's like expectations or happiness, or it's just easier. And it's more fun. And sadly, because a lot of my relationships have not been good, it also comes with a lot of drama and trauma that is unnecessary. Like, why am I being traumatized because I love you? That don't make no sense to me. That don't make no sense to me. Yes, yes. Okay, let me come down. Yay. I have no issue being haughty. Period, Leslin. Period. Y'all are encouraging to me. Y'all are inspiring to me. I love that. MJ says, I get it. There can be real danger, whether emotionally or physically. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is indeed a moral issue. You are not the kind of person I want to be with anyways. Period. Exactly. Amen. Emotional relief. Yes, yes. Any act of kindness is viewed as an invitation to shoot your shot. I just can't smile. That's why I listen. And I'm a smiley person. I'm a smiley individual. And that's one thing that I'm happy about. So I wear masks when I go out. And I'm happy that I wear a mask, because usually people don't really, they might look at me, but like they don't want to talk to me. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that, because I've had a lot of instances, because I be sincere, I be kind. I be kind to people. And then they take that as an invitation to shoot they shot. And I'm like, wait, I thought we were just talking about pickles. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do we get here? Right. And so now, yes. And then you're dealing with their emotional stuff. And yes. So I agree with you. I agree with you. Oh, yay. Yes. Marissa wrote a book, Cocoon. And Leslie just got it. That's awesome. I'm going to find the link and I'm going to put it in the chat. Don't let me forget. Don't let me forget. Okay. Hi, Michelle, right? Alicia, you're married, right? If so, how did your husband show he was a safe, positive, mature man when you met him? What things about him do you appreciate and wish more men do? Okay. So Michelle, we're not perfect, right? And I think that there is one thing that I appreciated about him when we first started dating. I didn't find myself, so my default is apologizing all the time. I apologize all the time. I apologize for existing, right? Because that's how I was raised. Like, again, whatever, the daddy issues, all those different things. And so one thing that really stood out about Jemiel was like, stop apologizing. Why are you apologizing? You know, and my friends do that to me all the time also, right? And so when he's like, why are you apologizing? It's fine. Like, almost like, why are you apologizing for existing? I really appreciated that. Like, it's the small things. I know it sounds really, really tiny, but I was in previous relationships where, again, I had to apologize for existing, apologize for crying, apologize for being emotional, apologize for being happy. Like some people I dated didn't like that I was happy. It annoyed them. It irritated them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so when you feel like your existence is an offense, right? When someone is kind to you, it feels jarring. It feels like, wait a minute. What? Like, wait a minute. Yeah, and also like he was my friend. Before dating and stuff, he was my friend. And we actually met because we did music. So he asked me to be a part of his music project and he asked me to be a part of his project. And so before then, like there was no expression of like, oh, I want to date you, I want to be with you. Da, da, da. It was just like, hey, you want to be part of my music project? And I said yes. He said yes. He also offered to help me with my music career just because, like, he was just kind. And I know that sounds crazy, but he was a kind person, you know? And also, I will say that he has helped me work through a lot of the trauma that I have experienced from other partners in the past. Been there while I'm crying. Literally, after we got married, there was like, we got married, and like the week after we got married, I was on the floor crying. Like getting married was very triggering for me. It was scary. And it made me face a lot of things that like I realized that I didn't really work through. When I tell you, like, literally, he was holding my hand while I was working through that stuff, talking about other people that I dated. So for me, that was like, okay, this is different, right? Because just for other people, at the thought of other people, you'll be dating somebody, and if they mention an ex, they get upset. And it's like, but this person meant a lot to you at some point. Why would I be triggered if you talk about your ex? That's weird. Like, why would I be upset about that? I understand that you loved them, or you still have love for them, or you still love them, right? But it doesn't mean anything about me. I'm not, I don't feel inferior. I'm not intimidated. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not intimidated by that because I would hope that you think well of your ex. I hope, you know? But for me, I had a lot of trauma from my past relationships and he wasn't intimidated by that. That was new. That was different. So yes, but thank you for asking that question. I appreciate that. And like I said, we're not perfect. We're still working through things. There are things, that we're still working through, but like, yeah, that was different. It was nice. It felt free. It felt like I could be myself. I didn't have to pretend and hold in pain because I was afraid of hurting his feelings. Even if it was about other people. So yeah, yeah. Hello, John. Hello, John Dalton from Arkansas. Hi, hi. Your joy triggers their demons. That's interesting, right? Because that's a concept I didn't get. I did not get at the time because I'm just like, why are you upset that you liked me? One of the reasons why you said you liked me is because I'm joyful. Okay, so now I'm joyful and now it's bothering you. It's like, what? Why is that bothersome? But yes, that is true. That is true. Sometimes your joy can trigger other people's issues. And it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. But yes, thank you, Michelle, for asking that question. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, no worries, Hannah. Hello, hello. There'll be the replay, so you can watch it later. No worries. No worries. Hi, Nia. Hi. Yay. Okay. Let me come down. Oh, John is trolling. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, John. Hold on. Uh okay, I'm gonna come back to that. Just ignore. Ignore until I get it together. But yes, okay. So another way that I have shrunk for men, losing weight. Losing weight. Literally trying to shrink. Okay. Um, and I know whatever. I know that I have body dysmorphia issues. I know that. I know that for a fact. And sometimes I have felt that if I lose more weight, then I'll be prettier, I'll be daintier, and I'll be more respected. I know that sounds wild, but it's true. I have felt like, hold on, sorry, y'all. I'm gonna put user. Okay. Okay. I think I took care of it. I hope. But anyway, I have felt the need to lose weight, um, to be prettier, to be daintier, because people who are thinner and smaller, and this is my perspective. I'm not saying it's true, okay? This was my perspective because it's all trash. It's all garbage. But there have please, Petty, please don't do this. But I have tried to shrink myself into being dainty and cute and respectable because I am tall, because I have been called masculine my entire life. So all this conversation about black women masculine, I've heard this my entire life. Um, I thought that if I lost weight and shrunk, then maybe then I will be seen as precious. Because the thing is, I've not been treated very preciously. I've not been treated very kindly or softly or gently. all my life, all my life, shout out to Color Purple, but all my life I have been treated like a man. And I say that as in like withstanding punches from men. I remember very vividly telling my dad when I was younger, like, I'm not a boy. You can't treat me like that. You can't talk to me like that. Like, I'm not all these things you're giving me to carry, all this weight that you're giving me, how roughly you're treating my body. You're throwing me across the room. Like, I'm fragile. But people see me and they don't see fragile. Right? So there are issues that I know that I have to work through. I know, Sophia, that's what I was thinking about. But yeah, like there are issues that I have to work through with treating my body gently because I have been taught that I'm not allowed to gain weight, that I'm not allowed to be tall and thick. I'm not allowed to be soft. Even like wanting to be soft. I have never been able to be soft. I've always had to be strong. I've always had to be strong. I was working at McDonald's when I was 16 years old, 16, 17, 18 and longer. But one of my managers said to me, carry this because you're tall. And it was a white woman. If I knew back then what I know now, oh honey, I would let her have it. But at the time, I didn't really realize what that was. But like the masculinization of Black women is something that I've always had to deal with. And so like her saying, "Hey, carry this because you're tall." That's basically how I've been treated. I'm seen as the person to protect everybody, the person to stand in between, and I've had to been that person because I do that because I do care. But I guess the idea of losing weight and being dainty and pretty and then being protected will give me some sort of access. But then it's just like now that I think about it and I'm like, you know what? I want more than that. I want to just love my body. I just want to love myself more than wanting to be thin or small. Like even I used to have this thing about my hands. My hands are pretty chubby. They're short and like they're short. They're cute. I love them. But at the time I was like, I don't have dainty hands. I'm not very feminine. Like that was the issue. Like I felt like I wasn't feminine and whatever the heck that means now, right? But at the time, like I really was wrapped up in that stuff. And now I'm like, you know what? I want more than any of that because even if you are protected under patriarchy, it's not really protection. It's really like ownership. You know what I'm saying? It's really like when we have these conversations about pick me's versus whatever, it's like we are all suffering under patriarchy and we're all trying our best to survive in patriarchy. And some of the way that we do that is by playing small because women are seen as small. And if you are too big for men, it makes them feel away. And if you are too, and that goes even to the body, right? It's just amazing to me how like everything is like connected. So yes. So yes. Prince Betty's a mess. Prince Betty is a mess. Let's see. Oh my God, he threw you across. Yeah, yeah. When I first saw you, I always thought you were short. Really? That's funny. No, yeah, I am 5'9". I'm 5'9". But yes. My father threw me across the room. Yes. My father has sat on my chest, threw me across the room, slapped me in the mouth, punched me in the mouth. My mouth has bled. Thrown oatmeal on me, has literally yelled at me, "I will kill you." Yeah. Like I have literally been trying to survive my whole life. If I cry, it's okay. It just, it's feelings. But like, I have been trying to survive and I'm unlearning survival. Like that's what I realized all this is like me unlearning, unraveling from patriarchy because I'm relearning how not to survive, but how to love myself and how to thrive. And I guess like that little girl, you know what I'm saying? That little girl is trying to play small to be protected. And I'm like, I am my protector now. I'm my protector now. Where's my father? He's around. He's around. I'm in the DMV area. He lives in the DMV area. I don't see him. I literally saw him on accident at my grandmother's funeral in Florida. Not really I knew he was gonna be there. It's his mom, but like I don't we don't talk. Like it's not because of lack of effort from me. It's just inconsistencies from him. You know what I'm saying? So like, and this was the year that I realized I'm done chasing men. And I realized also, this is just like an aside, this is amazing. Wow. But I realized that like a lot of the reason why I endured so much from men is like literally me trying to be enough. Like me trying to survive, yes, but also me trying to be enough. Because there's something really sick and weird and twisted about the idea of giving birth or helping to make a person, and you literally don't care about them, you don't treat them with care or kindness, you couldn't care less about them. And I could not understand that. To this day, I still don't understand that. And he has apologized 11 times, 50 million, 11 times, but he keeps doing the same thing. And I think like this is the year where I'm really grieving that I may not ever have a relationship with my father. There's always been a little part of me that has held out the hope that maybe he'll show up. Maybe this will be the year. Maybe this will be it. And my dad turned 70 this year. And I'm realizing like, yo, you know, statistically, we don't have that many more years together. And I really have to mourn and grieve that I may never have the relationship with my father that I've always wanted. I may never have a father. It's weird because it'd be different if he had passed away, right? But he's alive and I have his number and he's down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not about to chase him no more. I can't do that. And it's also not my job. It's not my job. You're the parent. And I've made more amends than my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like I've reached out more often than them. I check in with him. And even when 2020, when we were locked down in COVID, I was calling to check up on him. Hey, are you alive? Are you good? You good? I ain't getting no call. Ain't nobody check up on me. You know what I'm saying? Like I could have been somewhere else, you know, but like not here anymore. But like, you know, I'm just tired of it's exhausting. It's exhausting and it hurts. It hurts. So I'm just tired of hurting myself by running into a brick wall over and over and over again. Yeah, so of course it hurts. I still want it. I'm not going to pretend that I'm just like whatever, F that man. No, I love him and I want him to love me, but he can't or he won't or he chooses not to. Whatever the reason is none of my business. Like what I got to do is take care of me now. You know? So yeah. Yeah. Thanks for asking though. But yes, it does hurt worse. It does hurt worse that like he's alive and kicking and has all capability to come see you and whatever. Like we just moved. It would have been nice to have my dad help me move and not just me, my mom, and my husband. That would have been nice. And my mom is like older and she's, you know, she has issues with her health. So really it's just Jamal and me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it would have been nice. But you know, I don't have those. I don't have the experiences of my dad helping me move into college, my dad walking me down the aisle. And I think I also want to talk about that too at some point, like the dad wound, and how it really like screws. It really screws with you and it messes up your vision. It skews your vision. So yeah. You were rejected by your dad, so that started the perv relationship with men. Yep, absolutely. Because what am I doing? I have no idea what I'm doing. What is a man, right? Like, what is that? I've had my grandfather and my granddaddy, my pop and my granddaddy. I've had them, but my pop lived in Philly. My granddaddy lived in Florida, right? So I wasn't able to see them often. So yeah. Let's see. Oh, thank y'all for the hugs. I appreciate that. Thank you, Leslyn. Thank you, Marissa. Thank y'all. Thank everybody. I appreciate y'all. You're already enough. Yes. Big Up Yourself says, I gave up any hope of a relationship with my father. I reject him now the way he rejected me as a child. I understand that. I get it. I get that. Because to keep yourself open like that is like keeping a wound open and it keeps like cutting and cutting and cutting in it. Just like digging in it. It's too much. It's too much. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank y'all so much. I'm sorry. His mental health challenges. Yeah. Your forgiveness is liberating. Oh, yeah. I appreciate that. Someone throwing me across the room. Alicia, you're a good one. We would be done. Oh, we fought. We fought. I think at some point, there was a time where I was like, okay, I've had enough, right? I've had enough of you putting hands on me. I've had enough. And I fought him. I didn't win, but I fought. I fought the hardest I could. But anyway, but yes. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Ashley. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate that. I have a small but mighty tribe too. I love that. That's beautiful. Yes. Absolutely. Okay. Yes, where was I? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so losing weight. Oh yeah, losing weight, being pretty enough to fit in. It's shackles all around. That was my point. Even if you are the acceptable Black woman or you're not, it's all shackles, it's all trash, it's all misogyny, it's all misogynoir, it's all patriarchy, and it's all awful. It's all awful. No one really benefits, right? No one benefits. So I've been seeing a lot of conversations about like the trad wife phenomena or whatever, or like phenomenon, or what's like, oh, I'm submissive or whatever. A lot of these women at the end of it get harmed because it really like disempowers you. It puts you in a place where it's easier to abuse you and to control you, right? So we're envying people who are seen as enough for them, but it's not even that they're seen as enough. It's still abuse. It's still awful. It's still awful. Nobody wins under patriarchy. Nobody wins. And what I want more than to be accepted is to love myself, is to accept myself because I am safe with myself. Okay. Another way that I shrunk is all the things about fitting what's acceptable for the male gaze requires me to shrink to be a good woman. I'm not interested in being a good woman anymore. I don't know. What is that quote that's like, uh it's good women often don't make history or something like that. Either way, like I wanted to be a good person. I want to be a good girl, a good woman, right? And usually that means shrinking yourself, not speaking up, not rocking the boat, being what is the word? Being, what is it, like agreeable, which basically means like putting down your autonomy, your thoughts, your opinions for those of other people, excuse me, so that they feel better. Yeah, like, and all the things that come along with appealing to the male gaze sucks. Wearing a bra sucks, right? Wearing waist trainers suck, okay? Wearing high heels for me sucks. Like trying to fit the aesthetic, or trying to be the pretty princess, the pretty patriarchy princess. It sucks. It sucks. Submissive. Thank you. Docile. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Docile, submissive. Yes, right? Like almost like you're not able to be a full human being. You have to shrink. Thank you. Yes, yes. You have to shrink to be accepted by them. But this is the quote. Thank you so much. I'm Southern Rose TD. Well-behaved women seldom make history. And that is a fact. And that is a fact. That is a fact. And I was not put here on earth for some man to feel, I'm not here to be a man's step stool. I'm not here to be someone's savior. I'm not here to be your mom. I'm not here to be your maid. Like, I'm not here for none of that. I'm here for me. I'm here to do the good work that I'm supposed to do here for myself. I'm here to love. I'm here to be loved. I'm here to enjoy and have fun. And if you want to come along, that's great. But I'm not going to shrink myself for you because it sucks. I can't breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like what it requires, I'm not willing to pay. I'm not willing to pay. Hi, Nate. It's good to see you. Hello, hello, hello. We are live. We are live. Yes, yes. Sorry. Where we moved, like they like to do, like it's a lot of car culture here. A lot of vroom vrooms. It's a lot. But yes, yes. Let's see. Another way that I've shrunk. I've not been direct because I don't want to hurt a man's feelings or his ego, because a man's ego is harmed is dangerous. I said this earlier. Men whistling on the street, right? Or I have to like make a sandwich. So like, you know, that sandwich thing that people talk about. Let me see, 3 things. So you start off with a compliment, then you talk about the criticism in between. The criticism in between, and then you have to like lead with another compliment. I'm not doing that. That's too much. It's too much. Okay. We're grown. I didn't like that you did that. Can you not do that anymore? Or these are my thoughts about this. What do you think about that? Right. Because there are some things where I'm just like, this is not a conversation. This is a hard stop for me. This is a boundary for me. And there are other things that are like, oh, let's talk about this. Can we change this thing? Because you are in relationship with other people. You have to be considerate of other people. Again, not just romantic, but just in friendships as well. Like trying to make it a sandwich and make it soft and like make it like tender to hand to somebody. Like I've tenderized this and they still spit on it and they still are mad. No, we're grown. I know my intentions are pure. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm being kind. I'm being kind to you. But yes, yes. Let's see. Sorry, y'all. Ooh. Okay. I also think that the thought of treating a woman like a little girl. Yep. Let's talk about it. I also think that the thought of treating a woman like a little girl that can't think for herself and to be little and cute is also very weird. That's a woman, not a baby. Exactly. I'm not putting on my small voice no more. My voice is deep. It is what it is. My voice, I take up space. It is what it is. I'm not the problem. Because the thing is, like, you can listen to your male friends talk to you crazy. I don't even be talking to you crazy. You can listen to your male friends talk to you wild, but because it's me, it's an issue. You can pretend, Nikki Giovanni, you can pretend all day long, all out there, with all them people. But for me, there is no kindness, no thought, no consideration. Okay. That's a deeper issue. That's a deeper issue. Let's see. Marissa says the femininity messaging is often to operate like a white woman on a plantation. Yep. No, thank you. No gracias. I'm not interested. And yes, I agree. But Tony, yes. Thank you, Tony. And Marissa, yes. Ashley Rankin, hi. Masculinization. Yep, such an important topic. I have experienced this too as a tall, athletic, yes, Black female. Yes. I understand that. I get it. And I used to play sports. I get it. No worries, Nate. Make that money. You're right on time. Tony says there's nothing wrong with being little. Oh, there's nothing wrong. No. I'm short or liking cute things, being treated like a woman, like a baby girl is alarming. It is. And no, let me set this. There's nothing wrong with being small. There's nothing wrong being short or cute. Love that for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Barbara says you never know what happens in closed doors. Yep. I was locked in a house a few Sundays ago, iron windows and doors. Keys were stolen by a relative, mental issues. I had to call the police. Be careful. Yes. Please be safe, Barbara. Please. Yes. Oh, I thought you were about to reference the incel mantra. Submission. Absolutely not. But yes. The incel mantra. Submission, sex, and sandwiches. If y'all don't get out my face and go make yourself your own sandwich. Anyway, but yes. Mm-hmm. Infantilization, a form of psychological abuse. Exactly. Hi, Afro Butterfly. Also, calling a man daddy in bed is always weird to me. I don't care. Okay? Listen, what y'all do is what y'all do. But yeah, I get it. I have a deeper voice and I'm trying to embrace that now. Yes. One, I love a rich tone. I love a rich voice, especially like a woman's like rich voice. I love that. It's so warm and buttery and velvety. I love it. Yes. That's how I feel when people refer to relationships as a man and his girl. Yeah, and his girl ill. Either you're a boy or a girl or man and woman. Exactly. Hi, Castro Cannon. Hello. The incel mantra. Yes. Hi, Lexi K. Hi. Welcome. Thank y'all for being here on this afternoon. Okay. Let me go. Okay. So even with my friends, so male friends, so we've talked about romance, but let's talk about like just male friendships. And some of my male friendships, I've played down, like I said, my intuition or knowing with no proof. When I say something with conviction, there's always a caveat or an asterisk added to my words by them. Like this is how I have experienced a lot of men in my life, where like what they say they say with like their full chest, right? But when I say it, they put like an asterisk or like an ellipses at the end, right? Like I talk about, like it's not a hard stop. And this happened recently, and I love my friends. I love them. But we were talking about what is the word? There was a church service, and I forget the man's name, so forgive me. Keon something, I think. But this woman was like praising God in the service, and it went viral like last week. This woman was praising God, and he was on the mic. I think this like Shawnee's husband or something. But this man was on the mic and told her to hush. Told her to hush in front of like all the congregation. She's praising God. That's what I thought. She's praising God, and he told her to hush and said, I don't want to hear anybody's voices but God. Then proceeds to sing. Okay. I took that as arrogant, disgusting behavior, abusive behavior, right? Like that is all pride and arrogance. And then we were having a conversation. It was a hard stop for me. But then we were talking and they were like, well, we don't know that man's church, and that's not my congregation, and we don't know the whole story. I don't need the whole story. Why is it that, especially like in spiritual spaces, so whatever, go with me here. But like in spiritual spaces in the church, there's a lot of misogyny. For those of you who don't know, there's a lot of misogyny in the church. I said what I said and I meant it. There's a lot of misogyny in the church. There's this idea that women don't know what's best for them. There's this idea that women are easily influenced by angels. They're easily influenced and taken because they're just like, they're women and they're filled with their own folly. They're led by their own folly and they don't know what's best for them. We have to lead them. We have to show them what's right. We have to like this weird, this like, I think it's like that infantilization, right? That what we just talked about. And so for me, even with my, not even spirit, My eyes, I see that is arrogance, that is harm, that is abusive, that is spiritual abuse. It's disgusting. It's a disgusting display of power. He was irritated that she was louder than him. That don't bother, like, that's an issue. That's a heart issue. And so for me, that's a hard stop. But now we're well, we don't know that lady and da da da. We don't know if she was like, they would talk about like we don't know if she was what they said, like not possessed. What is the word I'm looking for? Like dealing with things or whatever. Okay, then pray for her. What? Like, don't embarrass her in front of the whole church. What do you need to do that for? There are things that you can do with tact. And then he said, like, oh, she's been doing this for 4 years. So why do you keep bringing her on stage? To make a fool out of her? Why do you, is she some sort of like, what is this? If she is an irritation to the church spiritually, and I don't even know if I believe that, but if she's an irritation to the church, then like, why do you keep having her come on the stage to make a fool out of her? What's going on? And so for me, I saw that very clearly. But then, now we're having conversations. Well, we don't know. And well, giving all this grace in this room for this person who was rude, just off rip, not even spiritual. Let's remove spiritual stuff away. That was rude and disgusting and mean. Right. And so because of that, there's a lot of like self-doubt that I have to work through to be like, no, I meant what I said. And yes, and I meant what I said, and I don't think that I'm wrong. I don't think that I'm wrong. I don't know that man. I don't know that lady. Okay. But from what I saw, that was rude, disgusting behavior, and he has a lack of impulse control. That is not signs of a good leader. It's not signs of a good pastor. A pastor is supposed to be caring. A pastor is supposed to care about the soul of people. If she's lamenting and weeping, pray for her. Don't silence her. People need to weep and wail and cry. And if she could do that anywhere, it should be the sanctuary, a safe place. I don't know. There I go again. I do know. I meant what I said. That was more of a filler word, but I know what I said. So there's this asterisk that is always added to the end of my words. Another way that I shrink is feeling the need to hide my emotions, because a lot of men don't like feeling. A lot of men don't like feelings. A lot of men don't like sensitivities. A lot of men don't like vulnerability because they're afraid. I think most people know that there is risk in being vulnerable, and I think that a lot of men are afraid of it, and so they don't want to be vulnerable. And so I have had my feelings discounted. Oh, you're just emotional. Okay, we are all emotional, honey. We're humans. We all have emotions. Hate to break it to you, we all have emotions. That's why this like argument of when men say like the logic versus emotion thing, it's silly, because it's like, you have emotions too, my dear. You are angry. You are afraid. These are emotions. You all are making decisions out of fear. You all are literally saying like these conversations they would have in the manosphere or whatever, 50-50 conversations. What do you bring to the table? All of that is fear-based. You're afraid. You're afraid of being used. You're afraid of being left. You are emotional, as we all are. But it's only when women are emotional, right? Like that is an issue. Like if you all have no problem displaying, you all, like not you all, but you know what I'm talking about. Like these people have an issue, don't have an issue displaying anger, rage, hate, fear, they don't call it fear, pride, arrogance. You have no problem exhibiting those emotions. But when it comes to tenderness, love, generosity, kindness, care, sadness, it's an issue. Right? So feeling like, oh, I can't be sensitive because it's not going to be honored. And when your sensitivities are not honored, it hurts. It hurts, right? When someone throws it in your face, you're just emotional. To flatten such complex emotions, like your emotions are complex and they're multidimensional. And for someone just to flatten it and say you're just emotional, like it's some sort of flaw that you have, is so disrespectful and so unkind. It's so unkind. Yes. Let's see. I have waited to, I'll come back to this, but let me see what y'all are saying in the chat, because we're almost done. We're almost finished. But thank y'all for hanging out with me. Hi, Jasmine, Christy. Hello. So many men really do see us Black women as objects. Yep. They aren't safe. They aren't safe people to be around. Agreed. Because when you are objectified, when you are objectified and not loved, like the opposite, when you're objectified and not loved, you're in the way to be harmed. When you're an object to someone, you're a tool, you're a resource, you're something to be used and thrown away, not something to be respected and loved. And that's one thing that I don't think I've ever wrote that down, but being desired and unloved is dangerous because they desire you for the things that you can do for them or for your body or for whatever else, right? But they don't actually care about the soul of you. They don't care about your well-being. They don't care about your feelings, none of that. They just care about you as long as you can do for them. You know what I'm saying? So yes. That part, Glorilla's voice. I love Glorilla's voice. I do. I do. I'm like, yes. Deep voice girls are out here. Let's see. Let me come down. Oh, I love that. I try to call my voice rich now, and it is. I love that. Rich. Yeah, I didn't like it. It rubbed me all the wrong ways. All the wrong ways it could rub me. And then even people in the comment section defending it. I'm like, no, sorry. So sorry. We like to do this thing where we, especially in the church, where it's like tough love. And then when you look at Jesus, who y'all are supposed to be embodying or reflecting, I don't see Jesus talking to women like that. That's crazy. You know what I do see though? I do see Jesus flipping tables because y'all selling stuff in the church and y'all making a mockery of the church. That's what I do see. I don't see Jesus talking to women crazy. So like, to me, it's like, that is all flesh. That's you. You're irritated. And it's okay because you're human. But don't put God on that, because that's not God. That's you. There was a moment that you were irritated and you responded. I would have respected it more if he said that. But no, then he doubled down and further explained. She's been doing this for 4 years. So then I have more questions. Like I said, then why is she in your choir for 4 years if she's such a disruption? If she's such a disruption to service, why is she there? Right? I don't know. There I go. I mean, as in, I don't know their church, but like, if I was a pastor, that's just not how I would have handled it. Just myself personally. Phoebe says, wow, I scrolled past that video every time I saw it pop up on my timeline. How disgusting. Yeah, to me, it's triggering. It's triggering to me. Tony says that man was wanting to put a woman in her place. Exactly. And I'm so sad because I wonder if anybody like held her hand or reached out to her or told her like, it's okay. It's all right. Or did she have to stand there in embarrassment for the rest of service? You know, Nia says, I would agree, but that particular woman was putting on a show and disrupting the service. He asked her numerous times not to do it. And so for this, right? So let's say that okay, the first thing, and it's not to you, Nia, right? This is just me thinking. What's wrong with her praising God in church? What's wrong with her? What's wrong with her? There are people, I've literally gone to church services where people are screaming, like, because they have no, what is the word? They have like no words. Or people speaking in tongues. What's the difference? Like, to me, there's no difference, right? And so if that woman want to praise her God by screaming, let that girl scream. Because honestly, when I'm in church, I'm not disrupted by that because I'm focused on what I'm doing. I'm focused on me and God. You know, and I do agree that there can be disruptions in services, but it didn't come across as that. It just came across like she's a singer, she has a mic in her hand, right? Or the area is mic'd because she's on the choir. And so of course it's going to pick up her sound. The sound man could have just turned off her mic. You know, it could have been an easy fix. Because some people, like when they're so taken with emotion or whatever it is, right? They're not really cognizant of what's going on. I mean, even when I think of myself, when I'm processing pain, like I know a lot of people who come to church just to process pain from the week. And they just need to release. They need to weep. They need to scream. They need to cry. And I think I'm with Nate on that. Like, Nate, I think I saw your comments. Like, if you can't do it at church, then where can you do it? Because if you can't go to Bella Noche's, then where can you go? Like, if you cannot process at church in a safe place where it's supposed to be spiritual people, like where can you do that at? You know, I don't know. That's just how I feel. But yes, but I hear you. Though. I hear you. He wouldn't have done that if it was a man. I agree. I don't think so either. Hi, Vanessa. It's good to see you. Kim Burrell's another one. Oh my gosh. Yes, Kim Burrell is mean. I saw a video clip of Kim Burrell doing the same thing. Yep. She was singing and told the congregation to be quiet because God was using her. I was like, what? Yes. I've heard her say stuff like, this is a solo. girl, you are ministering. Let people sing along. Like, it's not a show. This is not a stage, right? Like, this is not a stage. This is, you're leading people in worship. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be ministering to the people and leading them in worship. Some people want to sing along. It's like, what's the issue? But you want to be seen. You want to be centered. Kimberell's another one. She's just so mean. Oh, anyway. Exactly. It was totally out of line to embarrass her in front of the whole congregation. I agree. And again, if let's say that there was an issue, the way that you handle that with tact, and this is my thing. My goal with any irritation or anything, like any confrontation, is to leave people with their humanity and their dignity, right? There was nothing dignifying about what he did. There was nothing humane about what he did. That was just mean. It was something done out of frustration. That's what it felt like to me. And again, I don't know that man, but from what I saw, that's what it felt like to me. But yes. Yes, they're so annoying with their revised definitions. Yes. Oh, thanks, Vanessa. Thanks. Genesis 1:11, excuse me. Hello. I thought like, wow, that's who Shawnee's married to. Yeah. I didn't even know that. I don't know who that person was. And I was like, oh, then I did like this deep dive to figure out who he was. I'm like, oh, okay. Gotcha. But yeah, I would be embarrassed. I would be embarrassed if I was I would be so embarrassed if I was her. I said to my ex, you don't feel, you think. Ooh, he was never able to express even good feelings. Wow. And what a prison. That's the thing. Like, that's what gets me. A lot of men, a lot of the things that men complain about online is the patriarchy. And it's so interesting to me because they'll complain about the patriarchy, about the impact of patriarchy, I should say. Well, they'll say stuff like, well, nobody ever listens to us. We don't ever get to express how we feel. When I know for a fact there are women who have been begging you to share your emotions, okay, and you don't want to share them. Or what you really want to say is, none of my friends care about how I feel. That's what you really want to say. But then instead of opting out of the patriarchy, which is not helping you all, it's literally ending your lives early, all of our lives. It's also ending the earth early. But the patriarchy, like, it's like this, it's like men are torn. That's what it feels like. Like, on one hand, they want to be free and they feel the frustration of patriarchy, which we all recognize, right? But then on the other hand, you benefit too much from what patriarchy gives you. And so you can't opt out, because then you'll be giving up all this power, right? But power is empty. There's not, like, power. What is power? I had this conversation with Jamal yesterday about power, and I have no desire for power. None. What I do have a desire for is empowering other people. And we were talking about this idea of how, like, power, how it feels like to me is like you're hoarding power. When you are empowered, you are supposed to spread that power to other people, right? But a lot of people are hoarding that power, men and women, okay? They're hoarding that power because they think, like, this is how I win, right? This is how I win, because nobody wants to be a loser. That's another thing we realize. All of this is because people are afraid of losing. But when you want power, you forfeit everything else: love, connection, community, good health, good friendships, good morals, right? Like, because you want power, you want to lord over people. And I think a lot of people withhold their emotions, men specifically, but some women too. Like, they withhold their emotions because they think that this gives me power over you. The less emotion I share, the less likely you are to hurt me, because it is vulnerable to be emotional and vulnerable. And also, like, the more power I have over you. And I'm just like, do you realize that the patriarchy is killing you? That is stopping you from feeling good feelings, right? And so you have to decide, do you want power or do you want love? Again, shout out to Bell Hooks, right? Do you want power or love? Power is empty. And so Jamal brought up this example because he's like into tech and stuff like that. And I just like, that is so dope. Power, when say you have I'm not a techie person, so if I screw this up, please forgive me, but you'll have to Google it. But if a device is hoarding power, it'll wear down. Pretty sure I'm butchering this, but just go with me here, right? When you leave your phone plugged up for forever, right? The battery is worn down because you're hoarding power. This is a concept that I did not understand. But when a battery is holding, like, a lot of power, the battery wears down. It's meant to be used and drained, right? It's meant to do things. I feel like it's the same thing with us. When we hoard power, we miss out on so much. We are worn down. Power, like, what is it? Power corrupts, total power corrupts. When you're hoarding power, you are losing. You are because you're going to end up consuming yourself. It's self-destructive. Power, holding on to power like that is self-destructive. It's meant to be shared. That's why I believe in empowering other people to spread this, like abundance, like standing water, right? Or like eating calories. We eat calories and then we move. You know what I'm saying? And we get rid of them calories. We eat calories and then we move and lose calories. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. What is it? I was just gonna say, like, one person shouldn't have a bunch of power, but I'm thinking about Kanye. But either way, like, seriously. I mean, look at what's happening with Diddy. Hello, like, power, disgusting behavior, and all this because of power, and it's never enough. It's never enough, and it's never satisfying. And the reason why you keep going for more power is because power does not satisfy. Anyway, there's my thoughts. But yes. Yes, exactly. That's hold on, sorry. That's definitely gaslighting. Like, not everyone is going to be tough and boisterous 24/7. Yep. Now I'm just like, I'm not what you're looking for. So move on to someone who fits your standards. Absolutely. Oh, thank you, Leslin. No, this is a gift from my friend Denise. She won this for me and I appreciate her. Give yourself a hug. On the back, it says something else too. But yes, shout out to Denise. I love you. Nate says, reminds me of how us men say only women gossip. Yet we be gossiping up a storm in the barbershop. Hello. And not that I'm for necessarily gossiping, because that usually has like a negative connotation, but everybody needs communication and connection. That's all that is. Like, we're just exchanging information, we're bonding, we are being vulnerable with one another. And it shouldn't have to come at the expense of other people. But yes, ninjas be gossiping. I be hearing it. Ninjas be gossiping. Marissa says, yes, I so agree. Being desired but unloved is dangerous. Absolutely. Hi, Ty. Hello. Hi. Oh, yay. Oh, for sure. They would definitely call Jesus a simp today. Hello? They call Malcolm X a simp. Excuse me? And again, I'm not deifying nobody. Shout out to Erica De Niro TV. She talking about, like, don't, what did she say? Basically, don't deify people, right? Don't make someone into a savior. And I appreciated that. Because it is really empowering when we find somebody to look up to, but it's also dangerous because, like, these are fallible human beings, right? But yes, they would call Malcolm X a simp. They would for sure call Jesus a simp, 1000%, because he's not, from what we read, right? Because Jesus was not for the patriarchy. Jesus did not care about none of that. Literally did not care about none of that. Went in the church and turned over tables. But then they're using Christian things to support the reason why they are spewing out so much hate and yeah. Anyway, but yes, I agree. Okay. Oh no, men don't want friendship with women. Yeah, a lot of men don't know how to be friends with women because they don't see women as people, which is very sad. Very sad, because women are dope. I'm no longer allowing people to make me feel voiceless. Yes. To hell with emotionally unavailable people, period. It's dangerous and life draining when you are the emotional one and other people are like gray rock. What is it? Gray rocking, like just giving you nothing. Yes, give us nothing, right? Like, that's frustrating. And that hurts. Not saying that people, because the thing is, I'm not expecting people to show up like I show up, because I'm me, right? But show up how you show up, but if you don't show up, I'm going to feel your absence. And that makes me feel lonely, So yes. Being desired or not loved by men equates sexual violence. Absolutely. Oh yeah, I know what you meant, Tony. Thank you. Yes, I agree. I noticed in my small children that boys and girls can be friends. Yes. Seems to start to change around grade 6. Okay, that makes sense. Like puberty and listening to, that makes sense. Listening to their peers or their older siblings or cousins. That makes a lot of sense. People react to the Holy Spirit. I'm just laughing at I'm laughing at Bella Noche. Sorry, Phoebe. But yes, exactly. People react to the Holy Spirit in different ways. Absolutely. A pastor should know that and should. Listen, because if you can't go to Bella Noche's, where can you go? Some men truly do think they know what's best for women, as if we don't walk in our own shoes every day of our lives. Such a slap in the face. Absolutely. Praising God is what you do at church. Listening to teaching, hearing the written word. I'm surprised. The person singing is great too, but sincere praise tops the singing. Absolutely. Both can be heard. I have been in church where people have been screaming and I've gotten goosebumps. And I think that's the thing for me. Like I'm not offended by that. I'm actually like I'm taken with that. I admire that. I admire that someone is not concerned with public opinion. Someone is not concerned with being correct, right? They're passionate and they're expressive. And I have literally gotten chills and I have cried because I can hear the screams and the yelling of people like who need to process pain or who are happy, who have no words and they just cry. They weep. I'm a weeper. I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna cry. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna scream, but I'm also not gonna look down on people who praise God in a different way than I do. You know what I'm saying? But yes, yes. Oh, hi, Bran. Hello, hello. I want power so I can advocate for the powerless. Absolutely. And that is empowering, right? Because you using your power to empower, like that's you sharing the power. It's not you being like, I want power just to have it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you are using your power for good. Your power is for good. With great, I'm about to make a Spider-Man reference. But yes, yes, yes. Intent matters. Absolutely. For sure. Absolutely. All right, let me come down, y'all. Let me come down. Yes, thank you, the luxury bucket list. Hello, and hello to you. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Honestly, I also wonder if some men are just not feeling safe enough to share their feelings. Yes, yes. And I think that's what it is, right? I'm not a man, but from what I have seen and witnessed, it doesn't seem like a lot of men are safe places for their male friends. You know, or that they also don't have like the language. They don't have the tools. A lot of them don't have the tools if they haven't like found them. A lot of them don't know how to respond to a lot of for some men. I have literally heard from men, they say emotion makes them uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And like that's how the patriarchy like wounds men, right? It takes away their power because now you don't even have the words to express yourself. So now you out here breaking stuff or being destructive or destroying people's lives because you don't have language. You don't have the resources. But yes, I do agree. I do believe that. I do believe that. Or like I had this conversation with Jamal about, you know how men are like, you whipped, you pussy whipped or whatever, right? Like talking about whatever. If you get married and like you're in love with a woman. And I'm like, why don't men just ever say, I miss when we hung out with just you and me. I miss you and I'm actually envious of your wife or your girlfriend. Why not just say that? Like, what? Like, hey, I miss us hanging out. I know that you're in love now, but like I'm still your friend and I don't want you to forget about me. Why don't you say that instead of being like these girls ain't nothing but like that's so silly. That's so silly. What you really want to say is I miss my friend. Or I want to be in love too. I don't want you to forget about me. While you're in love, I'm happy for you, but I'm also envious and I don't know what to do with these feelings. You know? That's the kind of relationships I like. Like just being honest like that. Anyway, let me come down. I said I'm gonna come down. Oh, thank you, Leslie. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, wait, hold on. Men embrace the emotion of anger, yes, because to them, anger equates to violence, and violence is masculine. That part. That's a word. That's a word. And that, Nate. Anger equals violence equals power. Exactly. Yep. Yep. Y'all smart. Y'all are smart. Y'all putting the pieces. Yes, absolutely. Oh, yes, they do. We know. Men gossip like hens. I've literally been listening to men gossip my whole life. Like, so this idea that men don't gossip is silly. It's silly. Yes, Nate, men talk about they boys all the time. Yep. And as long as it's nice, that's okay. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Because all you want to do is connect. That's what gossiping really is, like connection. And again, even though it can be divisive and harmful, because it shouldn't come at other people's expense. But there's connection, there's vulnerability, there's like bonding together off of shared ideas. But yes, yes. Smiling is dangerous. Men think you're coming on to them. Yes, 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 Jasmine. We talked about that too. Yes, absolutely. Ah, incels to Jesus. Oh, you protecting Mary Magdalene. She ain't gonna let you. Exactly. Oh my gosh. Exactly this. Exactly this. Which is why like a lot of people, and like, I guess it's fine, but at the same time, like, it's so hard for us to even think that Jesus could exist without actually wanting to sleep with any of the women that he was hanging around. It's hard for us to even imagine that. And I really think it has to do with like how we are socialized now. You know, but yes, I agree. I agree because men are used to doing nice things to get something in return. Imagine just being nice to a woman just because she exists. because she's human, because it's the right thing to do. Can you imagine? But yes, let me come down. I said I'm gonna come down. Let me come down now. Okay. You smart, you loyal, you grateful. Yes. We know how it would sound. Pause, bro. But I miss hanging out with you again. Pause. Yes. 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 It's jealousy and sadness. Agreed, Tony. They need to think about that. Yes. Yes. Admit envy. They would never, never. I ain't jealous. Yes, you are. And it's okay. Everybody is envious at some point in life of somebody or something somebody has or gets to do, and all that is information. All it is not weakness. All envy is telling you is that, hey, that person has or is doing something that I want to do, that I want to have too. Or jealousy, which is a different thing. Envy is like they have something I want. Jealousy is I'm afraid that person is taking my space in your life. That makes sense because change is hard and we are humans. You know? But yes, yes, yes. Every man I tried to be friends with always had an ulterior motive or wanted my labor in some capacity. Yeah. And that sucks. Doesn't that suck? That sucks. Cause it's like, dang, I thought we could just be cool. But yeah. I'm not a church person. I'm not good with the message that I'm lesser a human being. Absolutely. Understandable. Listen, I don't have no pushback. If you're looking for me to push back the luxury bucket list, I am not pushing back because I agree. I agree because a lot of the messaging in the church is exactly that, right? It's a lot of fear mongering. It's a lot of if you don't follow me, we'll have to have a conversation later. But if you don't follow me, you're going to hell. You're going to burn in hell forever. That does not sound like a loving God. That does not sound like a God I want to follow. Also, like you're a woman, so you have to sit in the back and be quiet and not ask questions. Yeah, I have no pushback. Agreed and understood. You protect your peace. You do what you got to do. Amen to power sharing. Yes, 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 yes. Let's see. Same. Emotionally unavailable, burn my soul. Yeah, yeah. And this part, the pause, right? When men say that, I'd be like, I wasn't even thinking that. Like, what? And now it's so like disjointed. Like it just, oh, it's so frustrating. Just say what you're gonna say. Stop insulting my intelligence. Like, stop thinking that I'm going like, and also like, if you're gay, you're gay, right? Like, what are we doing? And who cares? Who cares? But yes, anyway, we move on. Okay, the last few ways that I have shrunk for men. I have waited to buy something for myself. Waited to book the trip, waiting, putting my life on hold, waiting, doing less than what I desire when they never show up. Okay. Can we talk about this real quick? No Diddy. So when I first heard no Diddy, I thought it was like, oh, like no abuse. Silly Alicia. Silly me. It really is about like sexuality, which is like, what? That's what y'all are worried about? Not because he's abusing people, harming people, almost unaliving people, but y'all are caught up in who like that's wild to me. That's one reason why I'm scared to start dating. If I start dating, I want a man who's emotional as me. I want a man who is loving, not these men who are emotionally dead. Same. 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 I get it. And that's like friendship again. Friendship. It's so funny because I make my male friends uncomfortable. And I do it on purpose. I don't really it's not about like crossing a boundary. It's just like stop, put that cool down. Why are you trying to be cool with me? Stop that. Ugh. Stop that. Not the drugging, exactly. Exactly. But the gay stuff. Like that's what y'all worried about. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Oh man, I block everybody that uses that line. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. No Diddy should mean no degeneracy, but that's too much like right. Exactly. Exactly. But yes, waiting for people to show up. This is like not just men, these are also other people. I've wanted to go on trips. I have wanted to travel. I've wanted to go to the movies. I've wanted to go to dinner, happy hour, all these different things, right? But waiting for people to show up when I could have just went by myself. There have been instances where I am like in the process of buying something and somebody says, "Hey, I want to get this. I want to go or I want to get this for you," right? And then I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then it never happens. when I could have just got it myself, right? Or went by myself. Don't wait. If y'all don't take nothing else from this, do not wait to live. Do not wait to be partnered to go. Do not wait for your friends even. I mean, I understand you want to take your friends with you, but sometimes your friend's not going to go. One thing about my friend Marcus, he going to go. My friend Marcus is going to go whether people show up or not, and this is your life and you are your first community. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait to live your life for other people. Don't wait to get yourself the good stuff. Don't wait until you have other people to get you deserve the good stuff by yourself. You know? Okay. Like I said earlier, adding I don't know or you know what I mean to soften what I say. Another thing I said is holding in my emotions because men don't value emotions. They downplay it. They end up dehumanizing you. So if you are emotional, they see you as less than. Because to treat somebody awful, you have to dehumanize them. You cannot see someone as equal and treat them like trash. Because that don't make sense, right? Like you have to see someone as less than you to disrespect you. I mean, that's how racism works. That's how misogyny works. That's how the patriarchy works. All the things, right? All the isms. It is the dehumanization of someone. You have to dehumanize them to make it make sense to harm them. Because if you saw them like you, right? If you're well, right? And I mean that, I don't mean that in a mean way, but if you are well, you're not going to harm people that you see like yourself. That's why my goal and all the things is to treat people as I treat myself. I mean, that's one of the golden rules, right? Treat people as you treat yourself. And while I can do better with treating myself better, I have always been very, not saying that I meet the mark every time, because sometimes I miss the mark, right? But my goal is to treat people well, that people leave my presence feeling loved and seen and cared for and valued. And it doesn't mean we have to agree on everything. I don't have to cuss you out to disagree with you. I don't have to do that. I don't have to dehumanize you to disagree with you. I can still care for you and be honest, right? Um, yes, and the last thing is remaining humble. The last thing for today. I'll probably think of more later. But remaining humble. Women are always told to humble themselves, be quiet, make yourself smaller. And I think what that really reflects to me is that men know that we're big because or they feel small themselves, right? And so because if I know that I'm big, why do I need you to feel small to make me big? Why do I need to humble myself? Because the thing is, even in the church, oh no. No, the live is still here, Tony. Did it cut off? I hope you're still here. But even the idea of humbling yourself, when people say that, they really don't know what they mean, right? A lot of times when people say that, they mean stop making me feel small. And the thing is, like, unless someone is telling you that you're small, no one can make you feel small. Unless someone is doing things to make you feel small, not loving themselves, not living their life, right? But like dehumanizing you, they can't make you feel small. You might feel inferior, which is natural, right? Or you might feel like, oh, they're better than me. You might look at them with admiration, but sometimes that admiration again turns into envy. And our pride is hurt because we feel like, oh, they are better. They are better than me. And nobody ever said that. Okay, Tony. I was worried. I was like, no, I think we're here. I think we're here. But yes, yes. So this humble, using the word humble, this word has been weaponized against women specifically for a long time. Because literally it just means like don't inconvenience me. Don't be smarter than me. Don't be self-assured. Because there's this idea that women have to be insecure. There's this idea that women have to question everything they do because we've been kind of programmed to do that. Even this using the words, a lot of men, I've heard men say, they get frustrated when women say, I feel, I think, I feel, I think, and they criticize that. And I'm like, it's amazing that there's no critical thought there. You ever consider why women say, I feel and I think? Because women have been raised to not be sure of themselves. I think, I don't know, maybe, or to have soft boundaries, or to softly put in our opinion when asked, right? That's hardly like ever. But like this idea this idea that if a woman knows her worth and value, if a woman is sure of herself, if a woman loves herself, if a woman makes her demands like men do, then somehow she's not humble. Somehow she's sinning. Like a woman's sin is being confident. Because men, a lot of men, need women to be insecure because it makes it easier for them to manipulate and control women. That's what I'm very sure of. So whenever I hear a man talk about women need to humble themselves, red flag right away, red flag right away. Now, if we're talking about someone like Kimberell, right, who is being mean and harmful to people, right, I can understand that. But usually we're not talking about that. We're talking about a woman who comes in, especially like in the career, right, in the workforce, excuse me, a woman who does her job, knows what she's doing. She said what she said. It is what it is. And she walks out. Like that feels emasculating to men. And the question I have for men is why? Men could do that all day long. But again, men are also competing with each other too, right? So that's weird. Men are always competing with each other. It's weird. It's weird. Like y'all never rest. Give it up. Give it a rest. Like what are you competing for? And this competition never ends. And so when a woman is not even competing, but she's just like, I just know who I am. I know what I said. I'm looking you in your eye, in your left eye, directly in your left eye, right? Like, how dare you look at me in my eye? How dare you be self-assured, right? You should be groveling and begging for me to give you approval. How dare you approve of yourself without my approval first? As if men have some sort of authority over us, right? Like that's what it feels like. So anyway, so because of that, I have tried to be humble. And what I realized about myself is that is not humility. That is lying. That is pride. Me pretending to be smaller than I am is actually very prideful. It's actually the most humble thing that I can do is be all of myself, to take up all the space. Because that is scary. That's scary. In a world where you are programmed to do the exact opposite, taking up space and being yourself, that is humble. That is humbling. That is humbling. What is prideful to me is holding my tongue because I don't want to be called the B word. I don't want to be called arrogant. You know what I'm saying? Like it's literally like for me it's the opposite. Being humble is being myself, being all of myself and taking up space. And I think there is something to that where women are socialized differently than men, generally speaking. Women are socialized differently than men. And so sometimes the hard thing to do is take up space. Sometimes the hard thing to do is to tell someone that they're wrong. Sometimes the hard thing to do is to be yourself. So these are the ways I've shrunk for men. I'm sure I have more ways that I've shrunk and they'll come and I'll talk about them when they come up. But take my life, take the examples that I've given as permission that you don't have to shrink no more. Take up space, take up all the space, take up all the room, right? In a safe place. Because I also understand you playing small to survive. I'm not talking about that. But take up the space. You are a phenom. You are powerful. You are beautiful, right? Like, what is wrong with walking in the room like, I am that girl? Because just because I'm empowering myself, it's not, again, this is not a competition. I am that girl and so are you. We're all that girl. You know, it's like those girls. English. But we're all those girls. There's no need to compete with each other. There's no need to play small in a safe space. There's no need to play small. Take up all the space, live the life, like, and don't shrink for these men. Because it's not going to give you what you think it's going to give you. If you shrink from, I'm trying to tell you from experience, you shrink from men, you look up years later and you realize this life that you've lived is not your life. You've been playing a part for who you thought you had to be loved and accepted and cherished. But what if we start first with cherishing ourselves, right? Like that's the point. That's the point. And like I always say, be safe, right? Like, because I get it. We're doing the inner work, but we also live in a real world where there is violence that awaits us, right? When we are confident, when we are sure, when we say no, thank you, right? I understand it's so frustrating because we live, it's like we're doing all this inner work, but it's so hard to match that inner work with the lived reality that we face every single day. I told Jemiah, like, we were having this conversation. I was like, as a woman, I'm scared every day. I'm scared every day. As a woman, I open up even on YouTube, right? I took a break for a little bit. I open up my YouTube every day. There's somebody calling me black bee or masculine or hyena. What else? Oh, that's why you just need a man. They love saying that. You just need a man and your life would be so much easier. That'll make no sense, honey. Okay. I'm just going to say it. If anything, Men have complicated my life. You just like my life is complicated because of men. The patriarchy is a man-made concept. Poverty is a man-made concept. Hello? Like, what? Like, what's going on? If I had a man, we're all suffering because of men, because of white supremacy, patriarchy, misogyny. Like, what are we doing? That doesn't make any sense. Exactly. While whole time you've been married for years now, that part. And I'm not even, where to go? Oh, there's this. And I don't even respond with that because I have nothing to prove to them. Because let's say that I was single. The fact that you only value me if I'm married is crazy. That's wild. That's wild. Like, me having or being attached to a man should not be my ticket for entry for your respect. That's sick. But yes, like I love it. I love being like, whatever. Because the thing is, like, even if I was single, I would still have these same thoughts, right? My value is not wrapped in to who I'm married to. I've been that girl. You know what I'm saying? I've been the stuff that I'm saying now, I have been thinking for years, but I thought that, oh, well, maybe that's wrong. Oh, that's not ladylike to say. That's a whole other thing. That's not ladylike. That's not Christian like. That's another conversation for another day, y'all. That's another conversation for another day. Like, I've been suppressing all of this, trying to fit into these boxes that honestly were never made for me, right? They were made for me to be put in by men, but those aren't I'm free. I'm free. And if you don't like me, you don't have to watch. And also, like, you're not a person that I'm really pressed about being respected by anyway, because you're an awful person. The people who comment, who say that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but yes, being attached to a man is not going to save me. Also, if you have listened to women speak online, men have also been ruining their lives. Husbands have been ruining wives' lives. There's a stat that says men live longer when they're married. It is the opposite for women. Interesting. Like, getting married is not a cure-all. What? Like, what? Like, what are we talking about? Anyway, but yes. But I agree, Nate. I agree. They just be talking. And they think that it's an insult to me. If I was unmarried, I'd be like, oh, I'd be in the corner. I wish I had a man. Oh, to make my life like that's wild. To make my life better. No, like, no. Anyway, well, let me say what y'all talk about. Let me hear what y'all talk about in the chat. Then we can start to wrap up. Period, Leslin. Trust me, I know what I bring to the table. Exactly. And like, yeah, I have a lot of thoughts about that. But yes. But I know what you mean. That goes right back to, infantilizing women. Yep. Then she's masculine. And the thing, I want to make a separate video about masculinity, like being a masculine Black because apparently that's what I am and whatever. Sure, let's own it, right? But like, what you really want to say, and again, this is what I mean about language. Y'all, like, a lot of these men don't have language. What you really mean is that you're intimidated by my confidence. You are intimidated by me. That's what you mean when you say that I'm masculine. And that's a you problem, because I don't lord over people. I don't want to be nobody's savior. I don't want to be deified. I don't want none of that. Okay. I am a regular human being. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you feel intimidated, that is a you problem, because I try my hardest to be inclusive and to include people, you know? So yes. That is why in a lot of old movies, the confident women end up dying. Yeah. The docile women get the man or a happy ending. Yep. It's programming. It's messaging. You don't want to be like her. What is it? Deliver Us from Eva. Again, I don't remember the whole film, so maybe that was probably a bad example to bring up. Whatever. But like, they were treating her like she was a problem. But all she was doing was taking care of her sisters and taking care of business, from what I remember. But I also feel like, what's her name? Gabrielle Union is typecast. She always plays those figures. They always have her playing those characters. But yeah. We're also silencing ourselves, and that is dangerous for us. Yep. We won't be able to ask for help when we experience pain, abuse, and harassment. Thank you, Tony, for this. And I agree. I literally went to the river up the street from where we live, and I recorded a voice note that I'll probably share later. Your silence won't save you. Again, by Audre Lorde, right? Getting that inspiration from Audre Lorde. Your silence won't save you. This idea that if we keep quiet, if we keep small, then we'll be protected, right? Then we won't be in danger. Whole time, like, your body, Your body, what is that that book that everybody keeps talking about? Like your body keeps the score. But this idea that like if I swallow my pain, I'll be kept safe. But then you start deteriorating from the inside out. It doesn't keep you safe. And like you said, you don't if you don't practice using your voice, because it's a muscle. It's like literally your voice is a muscle. If you don't practice using that muscle, you have to keep building that strength back up to ask for help. You know? And it is scary and it is hard. And I agree with you, Tony. I agree. And people want us quiet so that we don't ask for help, so things don't change. People want us to feel disempowered. So yes, yes. Hi, Carlin. I recently had a loved one tell me that I was being prideful because I wanted to be acknowledged for more than my education. She told me it was a sin to be prideful for not just saying thank you. No, 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 no. No. Nope. I hear you, and I disagree with who said that? Your loved one. I disagree with your loved one. I disagree because we all want to be seen for who we are, right? It's great that you're educated. It's great. That's wonderful, right? But you're a holy, sacred, beautiful, a work of art. You're a human being, and all human beings want to be recognized and seen and celebrated. There's nothing wrong with that. So I see you and I celebrate you. I see and I celebrate you. Why the left eye girl did? Oh yes, did in that left eye, cracking up laughing. It's like military, like when people say like look me in the eye, like that kind of thing. But yes, because they want us shy and like looking away and unsure, that kind of thing. But yes, yes, yes. Let's see. I used to shrink myself in high school to be liked, but those people aren't doing much with themselves. So I'm glad I finally blossom. I love that. I love that you're blossoming. I love that you're blossoming. And same. Hi, Ados for life. Black women put their black women down. Oh, black women put other black women, down in the workplace. As an ADOS woman, I clash with Caribbeans and Africans who look down on me, and management allows because white people prefer them. Okay, yes, that we can have a conversation about that because it is layered. It's a very layered conversation, and I have had experiences with coworkers who have told me that I'm not one of the regular black people. I have had that said to me. But it's infighting. You know what I'm saying? We gotta did that. But yes, I agree. I agree with you. I have experienced that as well. Yeah. Yeah. Nate says, while whole time you've been married for years. Oh, sorry. Yes, Nate. Yes. Let me come down. Sorry. A lot of the problems in the world stem from men. Yep. Their desires, their hatred, and their abuse of each other. Exactly. All the war. What's going on in the environment, the burning down of rainforests, the poaching of animals. Hello, like the creation of oppression, like all those things, man-made. Barbara says, when I first divorced, I was afraid to travel by myself alone with just the kids. I had on, where are my glasses? I'm struggling. I had on, I just had to take the first step. Then it was on. Yes. That's exciting, Barbara. That's exciting. And congrats to you. Hi, Angel Hicks. OMG, yes, my mom and dad used to say that all the time. Not ladylike. Yes. That's not ladylike to sit like that, to act like that, to talk like that, to speak out of turn. Being ladylike is a prison. It's just another tool of misogyny, right? Like, because what does that even mean? Being quiet, swallowing your pain, being out the way, being seen, not heard, being useful, not being seen for who you really are, I don't even know why women go to certain churches when they believe men are superior. I think it's because a lot of women are primed for abuse. I've been thinking about this, and I'll probably, again, we'll have conversations later, but I think it makes sense to me why a lot of women go to a lot of churches, listen to certain people, the way that they talk to them, because women are primed for abuse. Women are also raised to be liked. Like being liked is really important for girls for some reason. Like boys can be, bouncing off the walls, destroying stuff, doing too much. But women are supposed to be liked. Girls are supposed to be liked. And you grow up and women are supposed to be liked, right? I'm correcting myself because I said boys and women. Boys and girls are, see, even stuff like that, little stuff like that, right? Boys and girls are raised differently. They're socialized differently. There's less room for girls. There's less room for them to make mistakes or to be disliked, because if you're disliked as a woman, that is like the death of you, right? When you get older, it's like, oh, if you're not liked, you're on the outside. It's important to be liked because we have to appeal to men to survive. That's been our history ancestrally, right? We have to appeal to men to survive. Now we're in a place where that's not necessarily true anymore, right? Like we have more rights. We're privileged in a lot of ways that our parents and our grandparents were not. And so I think that some people are used to being subjected, and a lot of women think that that is your place to be subjected. You know, so I think it makes sense to me. It's wrong, right? It's wrong, and I want people to come up out of that. But it took me time. It took me time because there was a long time that I punished myself a lot. Like again, we'll talk about the religion conversation later, but like I used religion, like religion was a lot of the reasons why I hated myself. And so I thought that in order to be loved by God, I have to hate myself. And so it would make sense for me to sit under a pastor that hates me because that's how I get to God. Asceticism, this idea of like harming yourself to become holy. The more you suffer, the more holier you are. The holier you are, not the more holier. The more you suffer, the holier you are, you know? So yeah, yeah. Mhm. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Mhm. That's the thing. I couldn't remember like the entire storyline, but I remember some parts. But yes, yes. Let's see. Carlin want me to box their ears. Tony says, my family asked me if I need help with things. I used to say no, but I'm cutting that out now. I love that for you, Tony. I'm the helper, but nah, I need help too. Yes, you do need help. And don't get caught up becoming the helper, because from experience, when you're the person that does all the things, less people help you because they're so used to you doing all the things. Take that help. Okay? Like, actually, yes, I need all the help. Yes. Yes, please. Yes. Absolutely. Because if you didn't have an education, would you suddenly cease to exist? Exactly. Exactly. ADOS, I gotta look up the acronym, but ADOS. I think it's like the descendants of enslaved. Nope. Something else came out. ADOS. Let's see. American descendants of slavery. Yes. Also, let me share a Lamar's post. Paste, not post. Lamar's channel. She has been the inspiration for this conversation. Her bravery has given me bravery to talk about the things that I want to talk about. Because like the reason why I didn't want to talk about this topic is because like I want my channel to be a place where women can come and rest. And like men are here, obviously, and we appreciate y'all, right? But I'm Black woman first. You know what I'm saying? And so like I don't want Black women. There's enough stressful information and content out there. I don't want oh, sorry, let me take this down. But I don't want Black women to feel like there's no place that they can just like be and rest and just be human. You know what I'm saying? Like just have fun. Sit by the what do you call it? Sit by the river and relax. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I really want my channel to be. But like I also understand like no, I do have things to say though, and I hope that it's beneficial and helpful to people. And I hope that I'm not coming at it from a re-traumatizing perspective or like a stressful perspective, because I don't want it to feel stressful, but like I also want you to take up space, right? Like I also want you to not shrink yourselves for men. And I also want you to try to start your journey with understanding why you may think the way that you think, why it may be hard for you to do the things that you want to do, right? Because it's hard for me to do the things that I want to do because I'm unlearning a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. So yes, yes. Here we go. Brown paper bag politics, that part. That part. Oh, that's hilarious. I thought you were smizing, but you're vision impaired. But you're just vision impaired. Afro butterfly, that's hilarious. Thank you. Maybe I'll try my smizing. That's funny. I'll take that now instead of like I can't see. Oh, I'm just smizing. Yes, COINTELPRO did a number on our people. Absolutely. 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 A lot of women believe men are superior. Absolutely. There are women who have been used, whether they know it or not, of tools of the patriarchy, right? I feel like we all have at some point until we learn like, no more, no mas, no mas. But yeah, I do think that for some women, there is a belief. Thank you, Invincible Summer, for sharing this as well, because absolutely. There is a belief that men are superior than us because that's what we've been programmed to believe. So of course we're going to sit up under men, right? We're going to look to men to lead us somewhere or to save us because men have been praised as the savior, right? Shout out to Erica De Niro TV. But yes, yes. Hello. Grenadian style beatdown over here. I know that's right. I know that's right. Thank you, St. Cloverton James Jones. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Like, I'm unlearning in real time, deprogramming in real time. I do not have all the answers. Okay. I make mistakes. I misspeak. And I'm like, oh, let me check that. That's not what I meant. That's not, nope, that's wrong. You know, like, have grace with yourselves. I'm trying to have grace with myself. But thank you. Thank you, St. Cloverton James Jones. Yes. Yes. I made a poem titled Dislike earlier this year, and it was an amazing release. Oh, please share with us. Well, you know, later. But yes, yes, please, please. I'm glad someone brought this up. Like, aren't you guys black too? Non-American versus American. Yep. Useless or US, useless. Such a disgrace. We are all one, not only as black, but as women. Like, come on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, and at the end of the day, oh, thank you. Thank you. American descendants of, thank you, Nate. Thank you, Nate. Because at the end of the day, like, we all black. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, right? Like, at the end of the day, I understand our cultural differences, and that makes us beautiful, right? I love learning about culture. Culture, like, is a big thing. I love hearing about black folks from other places talking about their culture, and not even just like the islands or like Africa, the continent. I'm talking about like Memphis. I'm talking about California. I'm talking like we are all black folks, right? But we all have our own experiences and our blackness. And I think that is beautiful. There's not one that's better than the other. But there's also very common threads that I really, this is another thing I geek out. But like, about culture, smacking our teeth, like like that. Like, there are certain things that are, it's amazing to, anyway, I geek out about little things like that. But like, it's amazing to find the thread where you realize, like, actually we are all connected. We all have our own version of this, right? The chancla versus the slipper versus the broom versus the, not saying that I support abuse, but I'm just saying, right? Like, there are a lot of our experiences that are the same, and us like infighting about differences based on location. At the end of the day, both of us walking down the street, they still gonna say we black. Like, they're not gonna make the distinction between this or that, you know? Or you're from Memphis, or you're from Philly, or you're from Baltimore, or you're from Savannah, you know? So yeah, I understand you, but yes, yes, yes. Thank y'all. Thank you. Here, her serene highness. Oh, her serene highness. Hello. Or her serene highnessum. Hello. Hello. I don't usually leave comments on your videos, but I absolutely adore your channel. Thank you. Thank you, Tony. You've helped me so much. That makes me happy. Okay, good. Okay, good. I just want to say thank you, and I want nothing but the best for you, and I want nothing but the best for you as well. Thank you so much. I receive it, and I send that right back to you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Ados for Life. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. I benefit from your video blogs. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hi, Desiree, with a kiss. I have to reset my mind to give myself grace. Yep. Of what I didn't know back then. Absolutely. That's the one thing I want to say to y'all before we wrap up. We have to give ourselves grace. We are judging ourselves based off of who we are today. Who we are today is not who we were back then. Who we are today is not who we were back then. We did not know what we did not know. And now we know, right? And now we can make a different decision based on what we know now. There's no need to judge the you from before, because like, the you from before got you here. The you from before is dope, is strong, is beautiful, is amazing, is brave. Okay. The you that got you here is worthy of celebration, even if they made mistakes. We all make mistakes. This is our first time here on earth. We don't know what we're doing until we know what we're doing. And so for some of us, we had to learn from experience, and it took us a little longer. And people might call us naive, or I get frustrated when people talk about like, well, you knew. People don't know. Like, people really don't be knowing, y'all. I promise you, people really don't be knowing until they know. You know what I'm saying? Or they might hear it from somebody else, but applying it is different than just taking in information. Applying it in real life takes time and energy and effort and practice. So yeah, so have grace for yourself, for real. You're amazing, Desiree. Picture someone having a Nigerian dad and a Black American mom. It is straight exhausting. You hear your Nigerian side talking about you. You're not Nigerian enough. Wow. I love my Black people. Wow. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. It's not a competition. It's not. I'm voting in South Africa today. Yay. Happy voting. Excited to make my mark for change. No feeling small. Absolutely. Hi, Siv. Hello, hello. And thank you for watching. And happy voting day. Happy voting day. Yes, and we deal with enough. Yeah, yeah. I think people forget not all American Blacks are ADOS. That's true. But all ADOS are American Blacks. I'm so proud to be Black. Audre Lorde proud. Period. Yes, yes, yes. You know, it's funny. I never seen a white person. You know what? I never seen a white person suck their teeth. Me neither. Nothing. Not that I know a lot of, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know a lot of white people. I'm gonna be honest. But I haven't seen it either. I haven't seen it either. But yes, yes, you know what I'm saying about the teeth. Yes, like I think some of my friends either from like West Africa specifically or the Caribbean. Also, is it Caribbean or Caribbean? Is it Caribbean or Caribbean? Can y'all correct me? But because I be using them interchange. I don't know. I don't know. But there is like this long suck, like I can't even do that. but it's just very interesting that like we have a lot of the same things, even the way that we dance, right? Um, it's very European to be very like up here, like very high, like they're very high, right? And thin and long. And like for a lot of us, like we're bottom. Like we love bass, we love drums, we love hips, we love thighs and legs and feet, right? Like and like literally like so in the DMV we have this thing called beating your feet to go-go music. It's a thing. But like in every city where there's dance music, there's a version of beating your feet. There's footwork, there's juking. Again, I can't do none of this, but I've seen it, right? And it's just amazing that like, wow, our our similarities are there if we just recognize them, you know? Black Americans, we have our own culture. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like we all have our own. That's my point, right? Like there's like black, and then there's like subgroups, but it's black. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like for me, it's like I think there's nothing wrong with honoring the differences. There's nothing wrong with honoring it, but it only becomes to me problematic when it's weaponized, when our differences are weaponized. Yeah. That's it. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with celebrating the differences in our culture. I think it's beautiful. It's beautiful. We all have a different perspective of blackness, I should say, right? We all have a different experience of blackness based on our location. Yes, but like, yeah, yeah. There. That's an African tribal thing. Oh wow. Okay. See, or any non-black person. Me neither. Me neither. Okay. Yes. Yes. Hi. O1 AK Queen. Hello, the artist. Hi, hi. Great conversation as always. Thank you. I always walk away with something to think about. You remind me that self-love and self-care do not require permission. Thank you for the reminder. Absolutely. 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 Do I accept callers? Not yet. I've thought about it. We be getting trolls sometimes, but we'll figure it out. We'll have a I want to have an episode where we just have like conversations where we pick a question out of a hat and we just like talk. That's like the art of conversation. That's one of my things that I want to play around with in the future. So yeah, so in the future we shall. Oh, thank you for the flowers. I'm sending you flowers back. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony. You know better, you do better. Period. You know better, you do better. Like my mom says, you don't know if you don't know. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. And we should have, and I want to ask you all, not just you, Tony, but ask all of us to have more grace with everyone. Not those who are trying to cause harm necessarily, but those who are trying to figure it out. Because somebody had grace with us. It took us grace to get here. So that same kindness we can show ourselves, let's show it to other people. That's what I'm asking y'all this week. Please, please. Oh no. Excuse me. But I see you, Nia. I see you. I see you. Because I think there is something when we talk about okay. I'm gonna tread lightly here. When we talk about this conversation about Black American versus everywhere, right? We have to understand that anti-Blackness is global. Anti-Blackness is global, right? And in America, the things that are exported from America from Black folks are entertainment, labor. This might be a conversation for a different day, but it's like there is a global refrain of people hating Black American people, right? Because of the context. But we also have to remember that anti-Blackness is global. So our perspective is this because this is our experience. So I understand. I get it, right? I understand it. However, we have to start to realize, like anti-Blackness is everywhere. And sometimes even ourselves, talking specifically as a Black American, we be anti-Black because I don't know what. So it makes sense that other people from other places are also and I'm speaking as a Black American, we be anti-Black American too. Like we be classist, we be colorist, we be all the things. And it's a tool of white supremacy. That's all it is. All of it is a tool of white supremacy to hate ourselves and our fellow man. And nobody wins. There are different experiences that we experience. Yes, I have been told that Black American people are ghetto, trash, never going to amount to anything or whatever. But I'm like, but what also have other folks heard as well, right? And maybe people find shade under white supremacy because they think it's going to keep them safe, but they don't realize that they're in danger as well. And I think at some point, most people realize that at some point, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, but yes. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for being here. It's always good to see you. I'm neither Black enough nor am I Indian enough. I'm sending you so much love, Leslie. I've heard this from a lot of folks. There's a lot of anti-Blackness within the Indigenous community as well. Yes. My great grandfather was half Black and half, I don't even know what tribe he was from, but I do know that they were anti-Black. You know what I'm saying? So yes. So I totally understand. Kiss your teeth. Yes. Kissing your teeth. Hi, Level Up Single Mom. It's good to see you. Oh, Caribbean. Caribbean. I'm not going to say it. Say Caribbean. Okay. Caribbean. Gotcha. Thank you. Oh, okay. They do. My Greek and Italian friends suck their teeth. That's interesting. That is interesting. I never knew that. Yes, we do the long kiss your teeth in Jamaica. It's a stress reliever for me. Same. Wait. Level Up Single Mom. Legs and hips and body. Yes. That's funny. Period. I'm a teeth sucker and eye roller, unapologetically to ignorance, but a very kind and gentle soul wholeheartedly. I love that. Oh, no. Oh, why on earth would trolls? I don't know, but they be coming. And they be having a lot to say in the comments. And as soon as I get a tone of delete, I literally had to delete the comment because that's another thing. A lot of people say that they want to converse with me. I would love to get a back and forth with you. I don't want to go back and forth. I said what I said. I'm tired. Okay. I'm tired. I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to have to debate with you about why I believe what I believe. I don't want to talk about it. And also a lot of people ask to debate with me because they just disagree. And I wish that they would just say that they disagree so that we can just be finished with it. But like they want to exhaust me. And so I delete comments that are exhausting. And some people don't like that. And that's new because I didn't used to delete comments. I used to respond to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have the energy for that. I don't have the energy for all of that. So people want to be argumentative and they do that. And so I just let them do it and I just delete it. And I'm talking like people write like 5 paragraphs. I'm not doing this with you. I can't. I can't do an essay. I made a whole video expressing my thoughts and opinions. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know. Ooh, yes. Christine S, do you have a peel? I don't. I might herbal tea. I love tea. Okay, well, I'll try to figure out something. If you want to email me, let me put my email here. Hello at AliciaRenice.com. Email me here if you want, and we'll try to figure out something else. We'll try to figure something out. Yes. Yeah. Like, it's very interesting to see breakdancing happening in like Japan and stuff like that, and all these other countries. And I'm like, but y'all hate us. That's weird. That's weird. But yeah. I think that we're different because because we've been through so much so recently, and we still suffer because of the horror. That's fair. Things that happen to us. Different doesn't mean better. Right. Exactly. Exactly. And I think that we can, I hope that we can get to a point where we honor each other's differences. Absolutely. Absolutely. Maybe it's just most men are mad. Oh, okay. Maybe it's just most men are mad. They want sex from women, and having to ask makes them mad. Maybe because well, it is, it sucks to be rejected, right? And I think that some men feel like if we say no, it's a rejection of them. I mean, and maybe on some level it is, but like also you're not entitled to my body, right? Like, but yes. We are all, yes, I hate the diaspora wars. We are all Black. Yes, our cultures may vary, but we are more alike than we are different. One love, period. Thank y'all. See, Caribbean. Okay. Cream of the hidden crop. Alicia Renice, do you think white supremacy is more of an infrastructure than it is of an active thing compared to decades earlier? Do I think that white supremacy is more of an infrastructure than an active? I'm trying to understand your question because I think the infrastructure is active. Like there are things that people do because of the infrastructure of white supremacy. Do I think? I think that it's just changed. I don't think that it's gone. I think it's just changed and evolved, but it's still there. You know, nothing is really nothing. Even though it's changed in the way that it shows up, it's more covert. I think, and honestly, sometimes it's more in your face as well. So I think it's still there. I think technically we have rights. Technically now you can X, Y, and Z, but the oppression is still felt, if that makes sense. So yeah. Hi, Jessica. Jessica, not Jessica. Hello, Jessica. Hello. I got that wrong. Please forgive me. Hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. It's always us men coming in here trying to debate and be smart. It's too much. A lot of men love debating me, and I'm just like, I'm going to the park. I post my video and I go to the park, or I do something else. I usually post and run. I post my videos. I might respond to the first couple of comments, and I can't keep doing that all day. And so that's also like you wanting my labor. It's like people who like to spar. I don't like sparring. I don't want to fight. Just disagree with me and move on. Like I don't want to fight you. I'm not also not going to try to convince you because nothing that I say is going to be good enough. It's not going to be good enough. You know? I used to find joy in dragging racists on the internet. I don't do that anymore. Yeah, I need my joy, period. And same, sometimes I would get not joy, but like this is like fiery justice. I have to seek justice, you know, but yeah, no, don't exhaust yourself. Don't exhaust yourself. They do want to exhaust you. Nope. Yep. Send them to the abyss. Exactly. And I'm good now for blocking people. I'm very good at that now. Hide from channel. So they'll comment and I cannot see it. They're arguing with themselves. Nope. Exactly. Same here, Alicia. Let me say what I want to say. You say what you want. Let's move on. Exactly. That's it. That's it. Yes, too expensive to sacrifice. Yes, your soul. Yes. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So why have an opinion? So why have an opinion that can be thought provoking without wanting to converse? Because sometimes I don't want to converse, and people are not entitled to my conversation. Like I'm just learning that I'm a sovereign human being, and I think that a lot of people feel entitled to Black women's labor, their wisdom, their wealth. And the thing is, like, it's like pearls before swine. If we are engaging in a conversation where it's like mutual, you know, like it doesn't feel like you're trying to win, or we're just like conversing, that's different, right? But I'm not going to debate you. See the cars. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but I'm not going to debate you. I'm not going to exhaust myself trying to prove that what I say is what I think and feel. I think that's the difference. It's like people want you to prove what you're saying, and sometimes I don't have proof. I said what I said, and that's what I think. You know, like, yeah. And sometimes also sometimes I don't post to talk either. Sometimes I just post to share and move on. Right. So like I posted the video where I was at the park at the creek. That wasn't really a conversation. It was more like hey, get outside. And I love nature. And you should get outside too. And here's why I love nature. And we were having conversation like, oh yeah, I like nature too. Da, da, da. But if you're gonna debate me, be like, why do you think nature is better than sitting on your balcony? And da, da, like whatever. Like that's a different kind of energy. And I don't have time for that. That's silly. That's exhausting. That's somebody who wants to get their rocks off, who wants to have their ego stroked or to feel that they're smarter than me. It's like, go ahead, feel free. I'm not interested in winning. I'm not competing, you know? So yeah, so that. Yeah, asking makes men vulnerable. They don't want to be vulnerable. Yep. Yep. Of course, yeah. We know it's not all men. We know it's not all men. But yes. It sounds like they're asking if racism is less overt. Oh, if racism is less overt. Hi, also Creole. Hello. In some ways, yes, but in some ways, no. I actually think people are becoming more and more like, I feel like it was almost like this a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just looks different now. And I think that's the thing about racism. It's like, it's the ultimate mind F because you know something's happening, but like now you just can't put a thumb on it. And technically, you know what I'm saying? Like, technically it's not wrong, but then technically, you know, those kinds of things. But yes. Yes, it's institutional and systemic. Yes. Agreed, Invincible Summer. Yes. What I mean is white supremacy is more being, What I mean is white supremacy is more being more systematic versus seeing, yeah. Excuse me. Trigger warning. Sorry, y'all. Trigger warning. But yes, I think yes, in mass, it is different for sure. Do we live in a more privileged time than our maybe like 2 generations back? Absolutely. 1 generation back. Absolutely. But it hasn't gone anywhere. It just has changed to become more covert. So yes. Yay, Jessica. Yay. Why appropriate when you hate the creator? Yeah. Like, leave us alone. All right, I'm gonna come down, y'all, because I feel like I'm behind. Hey, Kenny. Yay, I will email. Okay, good. I will email you once I finish my walk. Yeah, enjoy your walk. You've been with me while I'm playing tennis. I love tennis. Tennis is one of my favorite sports to play. I love tennis and volleyball, swimming, softball. That's fun. Yay, I will email you once I finish my walk. You've been with me while I've been playing tennis and running by myself. LOL. Life after narc abuse. Yeah. I love being by myself. I love that for you. I love that you're free. I love that you're having fun and living your best life. That makes me really happy. Really happy. I'm called Empathy House on Etsy. Okay, if anybody wants to support. Okay, let me see. Etsy. Empathy House. You know, we be supporting over here. Oh, yay. Okay, I think if this is it, Empathy House, copy. And I'm going to put it in the, Empath House, excuse me. Oh, yeah, this is the one that popped up. Empath House. Did you mean Empath House? I did mean that. Okay, yay. Okay, y'all, I'm sharing Christine's Etsy in the chat. This looks beautiful, by the way. Organic herbal tea from Florida. I love that. And don't worry, we're going to support you. I'm going to support you. I'm going to buy something. But yes. Thank you. Okay, Nate, I just recently saw a Black woman start a Black girl tennis group in DC too. Yes. I saved it because I was like, yes, I want to go. I want to hang out with the girls. You're welcome. Like, we're here. We want to support each other. Yes. Thank you for being brave and sharing your stuff. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Yes. And in this country, it's less popular to be openly racist. Yes. It's still here, but you run the risk of getting cussed out or jumped by us mainly or someone else. Period. Try it if you want to. But yes. All right, y'all. I think we are. People converse trying to change minds instead of just normal and engaging. And that's it, right? Because at that point, it feels like you're crossing a boundary with me. Like, if I say I don't want to engage, respect that. But they don't know how to do that. Like, and that feels, I don't like that. I have no problem with conversing and sharing ideas. And I also don't have no problem with being wrong. Okay. I've been wrong a lot. I've been live and literally been wrong. And somebody correct me in the chat. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Because I don't want to be out here looking dumb. And I also don't want to misrepresent things. But like, it's a different energy where it's like, I don't know. It's just very aggressive. There's another word I'm looking for, but it's not there. Yes. Hi, Tuesday Van Story. Hello. You have nothing to prove. Yes. Thank you for that. Thank you. Very rarely do people come on here to genuinely learn and grow via debate. Yes. And Nate has had to block people because they don't come here with genuine intentions, you know? So yeah, I think some people show up ready to debate me, ready to fight me. And then you can also tell from the comments if people watch the whole video or not, because people will comment something that I never said or something that I talked about in the video and ask questions. And to me, that also feels disrespectful. I'm gonna be honest with you, because it took time and energy to create this and to make this and to share this. And I put my heart and soul in it. And now you're asking me to basically give you the Cliff Notes version, which no, absolutely not. No, I'm not gonna make myself more palatable and easier for you to digest. Not anymore. I used to do that. This, Leslin, an opinion doesn't require discourse, right? Like, if I say I love trees, there's going to be somebody in the comment that says, well, flowers are better. Oh, okay. I didn't say I didn't like flowers. I just said I like trees, like that stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Nine to Fine says most don't want to have a conversation. They just want to argue and hurt feelings. Yeah. And I don't want to have my feelings hurt because I'm sensitive. And that's another thing. I don't argue because I'm sensitive. I'm sensitive. Oh, no. Oh, hi, Latoya. Hi. I did see it, Nate. I did see it. Okay, there you go. I did see it. I think I saw it on Instagram and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. And I still haven't. I've also been wanting to join a volleyball league. I gotta find that out because, I want to play some sports. I want to have some fun. So yeah. Yes, invasive. That's what it feels like. Oh no, Invincible Summer. I have bad hand-eye coordination. Okay. So tennis is a no unless I want to be knocked out by the ball. Okay. Listen, we honor our strengths, okay, and our weaknesses. We honor, it's not even a weakness. It just is what it is, right? And so yes, tennis, if you don't have good hand-eye coordination, you might get hurt. So yes. Please be safe. Yay. Yes, the ick. That's a great question. I love that y'all are talking to each other. Is mean the word? Yeah, like just mean. Oh, thank you, Marissa. I appreciate you being here. I really do. It's been a minute since I've been live. Again, lots been going on behind the scenes. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that y'all are here. Thank you for spending time with me. We have been going on for almost 3 hours. My voice, I feel it getting tired. So I think I'm gonna start wrapping it up, y'all. I hope that y'all have an amazing evening. Period. They can choke. And that's me borrowing your words, okay? Because I would never say that, but I'm trying to get in my confident era. You can choke, right? Like, but yeah, seriously. Why do I want to make myself palatable to people who don't want to understand me on purpose? That's exhausting. Well, why you like trees? You hate concrete? That is exactly it. There's no nuance. I hate the fact that when I create stuff or share stuff, I have to like get all my P's and Q's in order because if I talk about like men, X, Y, and Z, it's not all men. We know it's not all men. We know that, right? Or I don't know. There's just like people just don't want to be nuanced. And that's frustrating to me because we're all adults here. We all have critical thinking skills, I hope. Right? Like I am not, and also like I am not the authority on anything. I never claimed to be. You're allowed to disagree with me politely and kindly, please, because I have feelings and I'm sensitive. But you're allowed to disagree with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you feel the need to debate me all the time about stuff that I think and feel? But yes, just wondered if anyone heard about the 2 Black women who found the Pythagorean theorem. Triggered, okay? Trauma. No, but the Pythagorean theorem. That's trigonometry proof. This sentence is kicking my behind. They are seniors in high school, by the way. Shout out to them. And hi, Yolanda. Hi. Shout out to them. That's awesome. Excuse me, y'all. That's amazing. Oh, yes. Thank you, Christine S. The Meetup app has a lot of groups to find people. You can come in and come out. You can come in and come out like, yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I've been looking up local things in the DMV area to do. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to hang out with the Black girls. I want to hang out with the Black men. Like, I want to hang out with the Black people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So like I have to I'm trying to find like the Black groups to hang out with because, I just want to feel safe with my people. But yes, I need to check out Meetup for sure. So y'all please check out the Meetup app if you want to hang out with people or find something to do, get in community, your hobbies, your interests. There's always something on there for y'all to do. Yeah. Oh, All right, I guess it's time to go. Yes, yes. But I had a lot of fun with y'all today. Thank y'all so much for hearing my heart. This was new for me to share. I hardly ever talk about any of this stuff. And so I hope that it was helpful. I hope that you got something from it. I hope that it's beneficial to you in some way. And you don't have to be like, this is another thing. Sorry, an aside. A lot of men come on here and they say to me, why don't you ever talk to men? Right. And what I want these people to think about is why you think this advice is any different for you than me, just because I'm not specifically saying men, men, men. I am a Black woman. That is my context. That is my lived experience. And I am Black woman first. And the men who be showing up here understand that. They don't feel insecure about it. I hope they don't feel like, oh, she's not centering us, because men are always centered. You know what I'm saying? Like, men are always centered. So you can still glean something from this without you having to be centered. That's what I want to offer. Oh, we got you. We got you. Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I heard a joke I heard. What's Whitney Houston's favorite cognitive skill? I started singing that in my head. And I can't do it, but go off, Whitney. Yeah, anyone trying to misunderstand you is an op. Chica, I am learning. I'm learning, and I'm gonna let y'all know, like, I'm not. There's no hyperbole. I'm literally learning from y'all, because this is the girl who didn't have boundaries. I'm not even, no joke. I am learning in real time boundaries, and I appreciate that. And I'm sending y'all so much love. Seriously, seriously. But yes, all right, y'all. Yay! Oh, wonderful, Leslin. I'm happy you're off work. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna go now. It is really hard to make friends as an adult. It is. It is. It is. It is. I'm glad that y'all enjoyed this. This really makes me happy. This really makes me happy. Hi, Metabolic Maven. Hello, hello. And hi, Noble Asila. I'm so sorry, y'all. We about to get out of here, but the replay is available if you want to watch. Yes, yes. So I don't have to handle somebody. I appreciate y'all. I really do. And thank y'all for having grace with myself. That part. Because they feel entitled to Black women's labor. And how dare you Black women talk about anything but us? Right? Yes, yes, yes. But yes, y'all have an amazing day. Thank you, Kenny, for saying that. Have an amazing day, y'all. Have a wonderful evening. And yes, please hit the like before you leave. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. It helps with the algorithm and all the things. And it helps me. It feels good to me too, as well. so so I hope that y'all got something from that. I hope that y'all have a wonderful evening. Bye, everybody. And I will talk to you all in the next one. All right, y'all. Much love. Much love. All right, y'all. Bye. Yay.